Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we have to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Does the economy worry you? Money is worthless? That's right. We got to talk about it because this helps you with your future and the finances. SSN Nation, Money Making Mondays live stream is here. Thank you so much for being here and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for being here on the Monday night live stream. Thank you so much. And we're going to talk about a few things. And of course, we always talk about solutions. And I want to welcome you here. And first up, let me welcome Wilson Koo in the house with the icon next to his name. And he says, good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. He says the 100% facts. That's what we try to present here. We'll be listening while working. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. I appreciate that. And he has the icon next to his name. So once again, we're at the Monday night live stream, SSN Nation, SSN University, SSN Academy. Please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls. Please smash the like button. And why? Because the YouTube algorithm has to be known that we are here. All right, so let's get into it because we got to talk about finances because it's Money Making Mondays. But of course, we have to talk about something that bothers people sometime. And the answer, the question right now, we don't have the answer yet, but does the economy worry you? That's what I want to know. Put it down below in the comment section if it does bother you. But have you thought about something else? When you start thinking about does the economy worry you, you have to start thinking about is money really worthless? Because money right now is not backed by anything. And you only believe what it's worth based on that number at the edge of every dollar bill. But by the government printing more money and by inflation, that means it's actually worth less, meaning you need a hell of a lot more to buy the same thing that it cost you 5 years ago to buy. All right. So now that's why the economy is worrisome. And I'm going to show you something on the screen because once again, I always have to go to the numbers, right? And let's see who else is in the house. We have Victor Marrero in the house with the icon next to his name. And he has shown up once again. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. He says, hello all. And he has his tagline, let's do this. He's in the house. Thank you so much once again for being here and with the icon next to his name, which means that helps support the channel. Now, we're going to go talk about a few things before we get into whatever you want to talk about. We talk about anything you want to talk about here at Stop Struggling Now. If you have any questions, you can ask them. No question goes unanswered. All right. Now, what I wanted to show you is this right here. When they're talking about, again, I've been on this pretty much all year, the inflation. The reason why I'm on this all year is because there's a lot of people who see the pandemic going on, who know that we have trade wars going on around the world, meaning that's instantly raising the prices of goods and services. And then because our government and governments around the world are printing money out of thin air, inflation is not 2% or 3% or 4% or 5%. So here's something from Business Insider. And it says right here on the screen, efforts to calculate the real rate of inflation have yielded a rate of around 7% to 13% per year, depending on the locale. All right. So everybody here at SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream, who's been a member, who's been a subscriber, they know the real numbers. Simply put, this is from 2016, by the way, not 2021. This is from 2016. because they don't want to give you the numbers. So when you start really thinking about your wealth and the economy, this has to do with the economy, because anytime it costs more money for goods and services, that means potentially less jobs. That means wages are still not enough. You're living paycheck to paycheck, now just got worse. All these things have something to do with it. So therefore, you have to worry about the economy, unless, of course, you're one of the members of SSN Nation who has extra streams of income coming in, and enough of extra streams of income coming in, meaning you're trying to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as many streams of income coming in as you can. And while money is getting worthless, then we have something else to worry about. So what I'm going to show you is I had my a problem today with my computer. So I had everything set up, and then I couldn't do it. So now I'm going to have to go to some secondary items that I was looking at, and I'm going to bring them up here shortly, because we have to get on this. Because once you understand what you're up against, then that means you can come up with solutions, and we always have solutions here, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So that's how we have to keep rolling around here. Now, let me show you guys some other things, just so, let's see, here we go. Let me see if I can get this up on the screen. I don't know if this was the article that I wanted up, but it looks like U.S. consumer prices post largest gain in 13 years. All right? Now, you already know people are living paycheck to paycheck. This came out in July of this year. So if this is the largest gain in 13 years, what has been happening over the last 13 years? What has happened over the last 4 years? A lot of people know the answer to this. The last 4 years, we've printed more money, almost 50% of the total money supply. The dollar bill, total money supply, has been printed almost 50%. After they do the infrastructure bill, it will be 50%. But yet inflation is still under 10%. That should not be. So you've heard me talk about that before as well. So I just want to point out that this is some of the things that is causing millions and millions of people here in America and around the world to worry about the economy, and you rightfully should. So if you're worried about the economy, doesn't that mean you should do something about it? Because it's not going to get any better. I hate to say this. It will not get any better. So you're going to have to come up with solutions. And as you know, we always talk about those streams of income. No matter what you love to do, you can figure out the streams of income that you want to go after. Some people are artists. Some people are, I'm talking about painting, art type paintings. Some people are musicians. Some people are athletes. Some people don't do anything. But because of social media, all you have to do is just roll camera, go do what you normally do, and people may watch it, and you can monetize it. So you can monetize yourself in so many different ways. And of course, because of the different social media platforms, therefore, you can pick your niche or try to figure out what your niche will be. So therefore, once again, you can get extra streams of income from many different sources. But you have to start. Everything is not equal. Just because somebody else gets 500,000 views, 10,000 views, or likes, or whatever the case may be, you can do the exact same thing, but that does not mean you're going to be able to duplicate what they are doing. Everybody is an individual. So that's what you have to remember when you start out here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're worried about the economy and you realize money is now worthless, that means we have to turn to the SSN Money Making Mondays. And Victor Marrero, I will get into something else. You know, you've heard about that Capcana property out there, and unbelievably, it's under 200 grand. So we will get into some real estate investing. We will get into the stock market. We will get into crypto. But I just wanted people to understand before we got into anything that there is an inflationary situation. And by having an inflationary situation, that means taxes are going to have to go up, not because of inflation, but because of the amount of money that we're printing. So not only is the price of goods and services going up, but your taxes are going up. And some of you may be thinking taxes as in federal income taxes. Well, have you thought about your cable bill taxes, your cell phone taxes, your energy bill taxes, your gas taxes, your registration of vehicles taxes, your sales taxes in your state or city? Those are all siphoning off your money. Little by little, even if it's 1 or 2%, you add up 1 or 2% plus a 15% inflation rate. Now you're negative 17% from what you could buy last year. That's significant. And if you keep doing negative 17% 2-3 years in a row without getting a 17% or 20% increase in wages, and we all know nobody gets 20% increase in wages. If you made $50,000 a year, you're not going to make $60,000 a year next year. You see, that's not how it works. So therefore, we have to come up with money making Mondays. All right. Curtis Davis is in the house. He has ideas on how to make some money. He has the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being here. Otherwise known as AKA Mr. Financial is in the house. Good evening, everyone. All right. Kenya Boss Lady, love it, is in the house. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I humbly appreciate that. And Tiffany Young is here with the icon next to her name as well. Thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream. Hi, everyone, is what she says. Hello, Mr. Connor Rock, a.k.a. Victor. That's right. Mr. Connor Rock is loving life right now. I just saw something show up just today. They're selling some, they were selling a penthouse at Connor Rock, but I don't know which property, for $399,000. I'm thinking it's a 1-bedroom because they've been selling 1-bedrooms in the 300s. So I'm thinking a 1-bedroom with the penthouse is $399, especially if it's a Galaxy. So I've been noticing that. So yeah, Mr. Connor Rock is loving life. Haha, Mr. Colfax, taxes, more taxes. Yes, that's it exactly, Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have that pen, pad, and pencil ready, you should have that. And I'll have the links if you want to get into studying some of this. Then I'll have the links down below in the description. In fact, they're already down there. So what people don't understand is they're looking at their federal income tax. So when they're saying, oh, you have a child tax credit. Okay, well, if you have children that are dependents, then that works out. If you have children who aren't dependents or no children at all, then child tax credits are worthless. All right. So these are the kind of things that are siphoning off your money, and you're sitting there not realizing it because it's so minor. But like I said, think about it. Most people have streaming services. Most people have cell phones. Most people have to have electricity or gas at their house. You have to have register your vehicles. You have to put gas in your car. All that has taxes associated with it. Even if they raise it up 30 cents here, 50 cents there, it still adds up. $2 or $3 or $4 still adds up, and you don't even realize it. And then you're sitting there saying, well, man, what's going on? I make more money than I used to, but I'm still not getting anywhere. Well, that is the point that we have here at Stop Struggling Now, because you're not going to be able to get anywhere. You're in quicksand. Just keep in mind, you are in quicksand. When you have federal governments borrowing money from other federal governments, and then those federal governments are printing money, who has to replace those monies that are borrowed and printed? The tax-paying citizens, us, the OCs, ordinary citizens, ladies and gentlemen. We have to do it. The richer you are, the less you can avoid taxes. Why? Because that's why we had to start our business, right? Because as a business, you get to have tax write-offs and change your income. All right, that's what we teach around here. So now let's move into SSN Academy. So a lot of you may have LLCs. A lot of you watching this after this live stream may say, hey, Eric, I got an LLC. In fact, I have a couple of them. I have a few of them. And most of them, you know what? I just did my taxes. It looks like I made like $50,000 a year in profit. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If your LLC made $50,000 or more, then you should consider, talk to a tax accountant, because I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a tax attorney, none of that. But you should talk to your tax advisor and say, hey, what about this S corporation thing? And it's not too late. Even if you haven't done it right now, it's still not too late, because you can backdate it up to 3 years, actually. So you could avoid taxes, because if you have an LLC and you have $50,000 profit, you're going to pay 15.3% on $50,000 profit. All right. So let's get into some numbers. I'm going to get into some other things first, but hold on. Let me get into some numbers. I'm going to go 50,000, because I don't know the actual number. I'm pretty sure it's probably around $7,500, but let's just do it times, I'll use the real number, 15.3. So we're at $7,650 in tax just off the self-employment tax. That's right, 15.3. That helps pay for your SSI and all that. Now, let's turn this into an S corp. And if it's an S corp and I had $50,000 profit, you know what I could have done, or you can do? You could have said, well, let's just say I made I paid myself in wages 20,000. All right. And the other 30,000 is an owner distribution. The 20,000, I'm just going to pay the normal FICA on. The other 30,000, well, we're not going to have to pay, let's call it $7,650. Probably just saved ourselves, I can't only imagine, I think saved ourselves $3,000 or $4,000, right? Just by doing that. All right. Now, not only this, think about something else. Your wage income is 20. Any investments that you're making is under $40,000 a year if you're single, under $80,000 a year if you're doing your taxes. This has repercussions on your capital gains taxes for any investments that you have made. Just giving you guys an open door. You can walk through it, all right? Now, let's turn into something else. That's right. I'll get back to the Mr. Cole facts. Thank you so much. I'll take that title. I'm concerned about inflation, people not having same borrowing power, credit problems, state of small business, future taxes increase. Exactly, Victor Marrero. He touched upon something exactly. So once you have the inflation situation, once you have the taxes rising, once you have people not being credit worthy enough, which, by the way, I wanted to have something on today, but I can't do it. But I'm just going to give it off the top of my head. I wanted to show you. We are in debt worldwide, $277 trillion. Credit debt. That's it. I shouldn't say that's it. That is an all-time record. It's more than double worldwide GDP. What could go wrong, ladies and gentlemen? This is including every country around the world. 277 trillion in debt, and it's double the GDP that all the countries combined. You're half. That is incredible. That means one thing only, and Victor Marrero has touched upon it. If you're already 277 trillion in debt worldwide, why would you allow people or companies or corporations to continue to borrow? You're going to start shutting it down. You're going to be like, hold on, we have way too much risk. If everybody defaults, the whole world melts down. So therefore, you have to do what he's talking about, the credit problem situation, where small businesses, up and coming startups, they're going to have a problem because you're not going to be able to get the financing, which is going to be sorely needed these days. So therefore, you're going to need somebody to invest in your company or invest in your product or services. That's why there's such a thing as the GoFundMes, the Indiegogo that we talked about, and the Kickstarters and other campaigns that people do. Because when credit is no longer available, you know who it's going to hurt? The less fortunate. So a guy that has a company like the Amazons and the Apples and the Fords and all them type of companies, well, they can always get money. All they got to do is just go, oh, we'll just, run off some more of them stock certificates for us. All right. We'll just do a private offering. So they can always get money just off of that. They don't even have to go to the credit market. But if you're a small business that says, well, we made $300,000, $200,000, $100,000 last year, and you want credit, all of a sudden they're shutting down credit. Now you can't get credit. And you could have used it, but you know why you need credit? Because it costs more than it did last year to get your same goods and services at the wholesale price. And so now you have to charge more on your end, which now means potentially you might have less customers, because whenever you charge more, you potentially could lose customers. So it's a circle that's not going to end very well. All right. That's why you have to come up with something that's a little more out of the box. Speaking of out of the box, SSN lifestyle coming out of the box. But that's what we're talking about. And Victor Morrell touched upon it. So I had to point out that credit situation. The government sticks the knife in slow while you lose 1% here, 2% or 3% road tax, 1%. The average OC screwed, even if you live in the burbs. Exactly. Water, sewer, and garbage bill. Oh, yeah, it was $125 last year. This year, $129. That's just how it works. It's crazy. Curtis Davis, Love and Life. Too bad I won't be able to close until next year. We're losing money. Tell me about it, Victor Marrero. I don't know if we're losing money. Actually, Victor Morrell, I'm gonna talk about that real quick, because I thought about that too today or yesterday, last night. I was up late thinking we were losing money because our properties weren't done in Punta Cana area or Dominican Republic. And then I started saying, you know what? I don't know if we're really losing money, because even though people are coming to the island, a lot of states, cities, countries are shutting back down. We had COVID last year. We're having COVID this year still. And I'm thinking, I looked on Airbnb, and I got to be quite frank, I was astonished by how cheap the prices were. Even right now, I know I did a little more research. June 1st through like November is like what they call hurricane season. Although no hurricane has come by thus far. But the point is, I was surprised when I checked out the prices. Even by the beach, people were like $117, $120. So I started searching more than, this is real estate investing, ladies and gentlemen, pre-construction properties over in Dominican Republic where there's no credit check, no qualifying, in case you're new here. And please, if you're new and just showed up, please smash the like button so we can tell the YouTube algorithm that, SSN Nation is in the house. And also, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. So anyhow, I was checking out the Airbnb, and even places that were close to the beach were like 117, 120, even some people 79, 80 bucks. Then of course it was out of the box. Some people were like 300 bucks. But I checked week to week, starting in August of this year, August, September, October. You can see people that have 1 and 2 bedroom units that are renting theirs for 150 a night, 120 a night. In fact, I'll probably pull it up, so I'll show you what I'm talking about so everybody can understand. But we talk about real estate investing, and I'm going to have to get into something else too, because we're going to get into it tonight with the Cap Cana. We might have talked about it already. So let me get to my phone, because I was sent the Cap Cana, but I think we talked about it because it's Casa, what was it called? Casa Cap. No, it's not Casa Cap Cana. It's here. Let me see. I can't. What was it? I can't pull it up, but I'm going to pull this up. So it's trying to Casa Juanillo. That's it right there. So anyhow, Casa Juanillo is over in Cap Cana, and the property values start, I believe it was under 100, but it's a one bedroom. Nope, it's 200 grand for a 1 bedroom over there. But they're nice size. A 1 bedroom is 100 square meters, which is 1,100 square feet. That's pretty big for a 1 bedroom and 2 bathroom. And there's a 1 parking spot. So anyhow, Victor, yes, you're going to be cash flowing or raining soon, keeping your eye on the prize. Exactly. He's got like a year left, unfortunately. The new homes cost $100K more this year than 5 years ago. but income nor salary are keeping up. Exactly, Curtis Davis. That's why we have to talk about that inflation. That's why we have to talk about taxes. Because even though everything's rising, like the lumber prices, the cement price is rising, because why? All of a sudden, somebody comes in and says, we're going to have these tariff wars. Well, okay, you can have tariff wars all you want to, but the cost of goods and services just increased. Then you have printing going on, and now all of a sudden you caught yourself up in a situation where, okay, so you did the tariff thing, now you're printing money, now you have inflation, now you have even more on top of the tariff that the citizens of the country that's buying the goods is actually paying for. Now, all of a sudden, you want to do a tariff for 20%? Great. Goods are 20% more. But if inflation is 10%, it's not just 20% more you just did 30% more. Nobody's getting 30% raises. You guys getting this, right? All right. So that's why homes and everything's going to go up, because those cost of goods to create a home is going to go up. All of us who are investing in real estate pre-construction, we are loving life right now, because there is no way a year from now, 2 years from now, that they can charge the same price for what they charged us for while we locked in our contract. The cost of goods and services are going up. So who's going to be paying the price? Everybody that's going to be paying or buying in phase 2 or phase 3 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 5 months from now, they're going to be paying more. And guess what else is going to happen? All of us who got in early, we win, because now they have to raise the prices 10, 20, 30%. So that means our equity went up 10, 20, 30%. And we didn't have to do anything other than pull the trigger and make it happen. That's why you have to invest in certain things such as real estate, especially if you plan on being able to rent it out. Or if you're going to rent it out for vacation rental, doesn't matter, or rent it out for long term, doesn't matter. But that's what you would have to do. And that's why the people who have money always stay ahead of everybody else. Because once you understand the dynamics, if I know it costs me more for the water guy goes, okay, it's going to cost you 5% more this year. The electricity guy says, oh yeah, it's going to cost you 5% more this year. The cable guy says it's going to cost you 5% more this year. Well, hell, when a renter comes, what am I going to do? I used to charge $1,000 a month. Now I'm charging $1,100. I'm making up for it. I get to stay ahead. Versus if I have a job, I don't get to stay ahead. Because if I have a job, my employer is not going to pay me, let's say, $1,000 a week. And then all of a sudden, he's just going to go, well, everything's rising in price, so now we're going to pay you $1,100 a week. They're not going to do that. All right? That's how it works. So that's why when you control assets that people have to come to you, that gives you an advantage. That's why the rich keep getting richer. And let's go back to that equity in the property. The equity in the property also means, guess what else? We get to get loans against our equity. It didn't cost us a dime. We get to get a loan to go buy another asset. Are you guys getting how the circle works? That's what we teach here in the SSN Academy. That's how we do it. And in fact, there is no SSN Academy or SSN University. You're in it right now. We don't charge anything. There's a no guru zone. We don't have a webinar. We don't have a seminar. We don't charge for courses. There's none of that down below. But what we do have down below in the description is articles that I just brought up. What we do have down below in the description is if you have not downloaded Robinhood or Webull to get your free shares of stock, then use the links down below, please. If you haven't downloaded Coinbase and got your free $10 of Bitcoin, then please use the link down below. Get started, get your feet wet, right? That's what you have to consider. And then, of course, there's other links down below as well to help you out, because some people are like, I don't want to invest in none of those cryptos. I don't want to invest in stocks. Well, then what do? You do it the old-fashioned way. You work for a company and you give your money to the 401k plan. That's what you do, right? Okay, well, how about changing it into your own plan And then down below, I have Wealthfront. Check out Wealthfront, where you can actually send your money to them. They manage it for free. As long as you have $500 to $5,000 in the account, it's free for them to manage. Just like you're sending money every week to your 401k, you could be sending it to them. Or you could do a self-directed IRA or Roth that you control yourself. You can do that. Check out Fidelity. All right, they have self-directed. Schwab, self-directed. You can do it. Don't be afraid. You're giving money to people you don't even know. They're taking 1 or 2, well, not 2% usually, but they're usually taking 1%, 0.75% of your money every year. They're using your money to make more, and then they tell you you got 10% this year. Meanwhile, they made 100% on your money. Your money. You gave them the money to invest for them to make more money, and then they send you a statement. You guys getting that yet? That's why the rich keep getting richer, because they're using your money, just like a bank uses your money and then give you 0% interest almost, 0.001 almost. You know, it's crazy. Those are the kind of things you have to start thinking about, because no longer can you let this extra money on the table go. You can't just go, okay, they gave me 8% this year when you could have earned 30% this year. You can't miss this any longer. In the old days, meaning in the last 50 years, you could. But now, the new era, this little 20, 30% that you're losing every year because you're doing the traditional stuff, it's coming back to haunt you, because you're not going to be able to keep up. Just keep that in mind. All countries are all overextended. The YouTuber fear-mongering about global reset. Exactly. They're going to have to do a global reset. That's their only choice, is so there can be fear-mongering. Let me act like somebody on YouTube right now. You have to do the FUD. You know why you got to do FUD? Because I have courses. I don't have courses. I need you to buy something from me. You know, that gold, silver, you know, crypto. You better buy stuff, right? I need you to be afraid. I don't want you to take things in your own hands, right? I want you to pay for my course. I want you to buy from me, because I'm the only guy that can help you out when it comes to real estate, right? Join in and give me your money to put in my fund. Tulsa Real Estate Fund, ring a bell. Grant Cardone, ring a bell. Give me money for my funds. Peter Schiff, give me, hey, buy some gold. Dude's been talking about gold for the last 10 years, telling people crypto's no good. Meanwhile, crypto's gone up hundreds of thousands of %. And gold is still sitting here sucking wind, just like silver. Sure, silver's went up like 100%. But when you start going against things that went up 1,000%, 3,000%, 700%, how are you going to still sit here 10 years later still talking about this is the best thing and buy it from me? That's not it, ladies and gentlemen. You have to start looking out for yourself. Don't be afraid. You're taking a risk every day. Every time you go to work, every year that you sit at your job, you're taking a risk that you could be fell to having medical issues. You're wasting away potentially, not living like you want to live. But soon as somebody says, hey, you know what? I got the best thing for you. Buy my course, buy my this and that and the other. People are sending in $5,000, $10,000, $8,000, $2,000. And a lot of people, actually, it helps out. But for the majority of people, it's just money down the drain, because it's not a business that you actually set up. So think about this. Last week, Mr. Financial said that Grant Cardone has some program that costs people $8,000. I was like, come on, man, this is getting insane. But you know what happens? When you have fear, this is why you and a whole bunch of other people are willing to give up their hard-earned money, because they're trying to do a shortcut. There is no shortcut. All right? Just keep that in mind. You can keep trying to do shortcuts, but you're going to be wasting a lot of money, and you could have used some of that money to start your own businesses. All right? Or make your own investments. All right, let's see. I went on that little rant right there. Let me see what I missed. All right. I'm sure I missed a lot, because I can see it right now. All right. That's what we started talking about, the global reset. No, here's what the global reset looks like. Just so you guys know, you're not in, if you work at a W-2, or even if you have your own business, if you're one of the 30 33 million small businesses. Great. Good. But the global reset is going to be for us, the ordinary citizens. The rich guys who are at the top of the food chain, the 1%ers, the global reset will never affect them. They have all the assets that you have to go borrow against or go rent from. That's why right now they're buying up neighborhoods with this free money that they're getting. Because after they buy up all the neighborhoods, after they buy up all the aquifers where the water is, after they buy up all the farms, you have to eat, you have to drink water, and you're going to have to live somewhere. No matter how you slice it, that's a given. So that's why you have to start considering real estate at this point. You cannot let it keep going by. If you're sitting there going, I don't want to have a house, no matter what, you're going to have to get a house because the rental prices are going to be off the charts. How else are you going to keep your stockholders happy, investors happy? You can't go to your investors year over year and go, hey, man, you know what? We did these investments and we made 1% this year. No, they're trying to keep this 10%, 12%, 20% going. That means they're going to raise your rent, and that's why they're out here buying up apartment complexes, commercial offices. They're buying up everything that ordinary citizens have to rent. So right now, there's a war against the OCs. So you have to get in the game, ladies and gentlemen. You can't sit idly by. All right? That's just what I'm trying to tell you. Get in on the game. No choice. All right? Fear kills dreams, so you must plan strategic. Exactly. That's their whole game plan. They have to have you scared. That's it. Yes, business owners must focus on wholesale price in order to profit or pay employees. Exactly. Exactly. That's why the PPP loan was so major and why so many people went crazy on that. Knowing full well it was going to be forgiven. But you know who got a large percentage of that PPP loan were companies that didn't need it. Top 1%ers. Why? So they get the free money. That's why I knew from the get it was going to be forgiven. This is common sense. All right? They're not going to make these guys pay back $50 million. Let's get real. All right? So that's the operations that's going down in America and around the world. That's why the rich get richer. They get free money. Meanwhile, you're working your ass off. All right? Damn shame. Hey, Eric and SSN fam. Good topic. Vanessa Comagate, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And with the icon next to your name, which means she's a member of the channel. And by the way, please smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. That's so the YouTube algorithm guys know that we're in the house. And by the way, they don't give us any love. You know why? Because we don't have courses. We don't sell anything. We're not out here flashing and trying to do crazy stuff. We just give it real. It's real in the field out here, as everybody knows. We tell you how to do something. We don't come out here and just half-ass it. We give you documents. We tell you where to go get it. And thank you so much. This is one of those topics that you got to talk about every now and then. Chef Molly's Kitchen is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Monday Night Live Stream. Thank you so much for being here. She says hello, Chef Molly. All right. Hopefully she's got some good cooking going on. Yes. What do we do? That's right. What do? We have the first thing that I mentioned. Hopefully you got that real estate situation where we are talking about. It doesn't have to be Dominican Republic. It could be in the United States. Pre-construction condos are going to be your best bet right now, in my opinion. Otherwise, other than getting an FHA loan for 3.5%, because you only need a 650, 640 credit score at the moment, and you only have to put down 4%, and the interest rate's decently low. So therefore, your payment's going to be low, but you got to lock yourself into some sort of real estate deal, in my opinion. We got to get assets, ladies and gentlemen, even if what's going to happen? It's going to happen. Even if you know 6 months, 7 months down the line that property values are going to decrease. That's fine. But you know who's going to be buying those up? Corporations. Because they're getting money for almost 0%. So even if you find a home that you can buy for, let's say something that only a few people can even afford, $600,000, right? You go and put an offer up and say, yeah, you know what? I'll give you $600,000. All of a sudden, out of the blue, somebody's giving an offer like 675. And people are going, why would somebody do that? Well, if you have 0% interest, you would do it too. Because that means it doesn't cost you anything. So does it really matter how much you're going to pay? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're not a member of the Stop Struggling Now Nation, then you have never went over the economics of a 30-year loan. All right? So in case we have some new people here tonight, Diesel Mike's here. Good evening, Eric and SSN family. Diesel Mike's here once again with the new information he gave me. So let me see if he has it. Oh, crap, lost my membership. Let me fix that. Oh, yeah, he's got the icon normally next to his name. And we have a new member of the channel, SSN Nation, a new member called Maggie Sherry with the icon now next to her name. Thank you so much for joining Stop Struggling Now. As a member, I humbly appreciate that, and welcome. All right, we have a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome, Maggie. That's right. Russia and Germany have reopened their direct flights to Punta Cana. Number of visitors have reached 97% of those that came in 2019. July experienced an increase of over 40% from June. DR is about to blow. Victor Marrero, I don't know. I think you're a little more optimistic than me, only because we're having like lockdowns. And yes, I do know, but they're using those numbers based on year over year. So it's not against 2018 or 2017 numbers. So they had like, I saw that article, they had like 4 million visitors last year. So they're at 97% from COVID. So to me, we're still not out of COVID yet. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Until we can officially get out of the COVID situation, and we're going to go over something tonight because now I lost my train of thought. But I know what it was, the mortgage. We're going to go over I'm going to pull up the Airbnb. So Curtis Davis, Maggie, welcome to SSN family. That's right. The government has a lot of contract money for business. I'm looking into it, boss. That's correct. That's correct. The reason why they have a lot of contract money is because, once again, they have friends in high places. So when you start doing contracts, you can pick the winners. You can say, hey, wait, that's my buddy Joe Bob's over here company. Even though they only have 2 employees, we're going to give them that contract, which is millions. All right. Similar thing that happened in Puerto Rico when they gave contracts to companies that had 3 employees, 2 employees, because you know why? They're friends of the top 10 percenters. But of course, they're going to give contracts to the OCs because they don't have enough friends in high places. They got to give some to the OCs. So OCs have to be looking for these contracts. You're not going to be handed these contracts. You got to start looking high and low. So yes, she just mentioned a great opportunity for people right now to get these government contracts and these grants. They're all there. Eric is preaching right now. Tiffany Young, thank you so much. Thank you. Andreen Miller's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Monday Night Live. Good evening, Eric and the SSN fam. And yes, Andreen Miller with the icon next to your name. Yes, SSN University is in effect tonight. Big time. All right. So that's how we do it. Tiffany Young. Hey, fam. All right. We have another new member. Looks like, let me get to this. Epic Designs is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays. I appreciate you being here. Good evening, SSN. That's right. Thank you so much. What should we do, Eric? Okay, Chef Molly. Hopefully I was answering that. The first things, real estate, pre-construction, wherever you can get in, because why? You have 0% during the before the delivery of the unit. No credit check, no qualifying. You're going to need about 10% down. This can work in the USA. This can work in around the world. Dominican Republic, Mexico, Costa Rica. Doesn't matter. Belize, it does not matter. Asia, wherever you feel comfortable with investing, you can do this. And again, no credit check, no qualifying, no nothing, except you're going to need money. So that is one of the things right there. So that's what you have to remember. That's the first thing. So we're going to keep going. Vanessa Comagate, hey. All right. Yes, it is. All right. Exactly. Property is the answer right now. Epic Designs. Thank you so much. I appreciate the cosign. What forms do you need to make a business? Chef Molly's Kitchen. Oh, you mean direct forms you need. Okay, there's no forms. What you need is just to go down to your Secretary of State. I don't know what state you're in, but in most states it's called Secretary of State, where you file your LLCs. In New Jersey, New York, and some other states, they call it some other name. But wherever you file your LLC is how you start your business. You can do a sole proprietor business, but that's kind of high risk. All right. Plus, you don't get the tax breaks that you're going to need. So you really want to get an LLC. So some of you might be saying, everybody knows. In fact, I don't have this down here, but you can search the channel on how to start a business. I have videos on that, but I'm going to go over it tonight because we're at SSN University and we like to help people. So here's what you do. You go get your LLC. That's the first thing you do. Usually, depending on what state you live in, it could be anywhere from $75 to $300 or $400. It just depends on the state. Then you go to irs.gov. irs.gov, you can search on their channel for the EIN. So you apply for your EIN number. That's a business social security number, otherwise known as an EIN. That's the second thing you do. All right. Third thing you do is you're going to have to determine, which is the first in reality, you're going to have to determine if you want to have your business address as a residential address or if you want to have it as a business address. Now, a residential address, that in today's world, I don't know if you want people to know your business, your residential address as a business. But if you do not, then of course I recommend Opus Virtual Office. That's a virtual office, and they're people, it's a live person that answers the phone in your company name. They'll forward it to your cell phone or other phone that you have you want the number forwarded to. So if somebody calls up and they say your company LLC, they'll say, hold on, please. Yeah, Chef Molly's Kitchen. Yes, hold on, please. Let me get you in touch with them. They'll transfer and your phone rings and you answer it however you want to answer it. That's a business phone number. So now you go to Google, put your business on the listings for free. Then you have a business fax number. So if anytime anybody needs to fax you, simple, done. Then you have a business address. So now when you go get your business banking account, and hopefully you use like a Blue Vine, a Divvy, a company that's going to give you lines of credit. All right. That's what you want to do based on revenue. So then anyhow, now you started rolling. And then of course, you're in business as far as I'm concerned. Now, of course, you might have to set up some sort of a gateway to receive money, but that's simple enough. PayPal, Stripe is easy enough. So hopefully that answers your question. Now, let's get down to something else because we have some new people in the house. We're going to do a mortgage calculator since we're talking about real estate. I want to show you. This is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you something. This is why a lot of people cannot get ahead. And if you start, in fact, do me a real big favor, write this down. After we stop doing the live stream, go look up how much the cost to rent properties in your city cost right now. You may be surprised and you may go, holy smokes. I know places that previously rented for $1,200 in Florida that is now renting for $1,900. New management companies have taken over. They just came down here last year, swooped up stuff, and then they raised rates $500, $600 more for new tenants. Incredible. Incredible. In Cali, stuff that used to rent for $1,500, $2,000 is now double, $4,000. That's insane. $50,000 a year for rent money. That is insane. But a lot of people in Cali know this is what the going rates are, especially when you live in LA, SoCal, Bay Area. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month is a bargain. You know, it's crazy what's going on right now. So anyhow, let's go down to this. I'm going to show you guys this mortgage calculator because we have new people in the house. So you can understand why companies who get that 0%, why they're making out like bandits. All right? Let's go look at this. So you guys are going to understand. So let's just go up here to this number, because 500 grand is not unrealistic, because even in the state of Georgia, they have homes in Atlanta now that's 500 grand and up. But let's say you had a 3.92% interest rate, which is being generous. I want you to notice something. You paid 500, but after your 30 years, you pay 851. All right? So even though you sit there and say, hey, you know, this is only $23.64 a month, and I paid 500, but 30 years from now, when you're running around like a peacock and going, hey, man, my house went up, it's worth 900 grand. It should be worth 900 grand. You actually paid 850. And not only did you pay 850, you paid taxes every year for that. Even if your tax was $500 a year, 30 years, you guys, that's like 15,000 more. And in 30 years, you best believe that you had a roof problem by now, or you had your AC go out, because ACs only last 10, 12, 15 years. Those are 5Gs. I don't know how much they are now. There might be 7Gs by now. So you don't care that the grass cutting cost you X amount of dollars. You don't care how much the sewer, water, and garbage cost you all those years. You don't care about how much you paid for none of that extra stuff. Real estate taxes. It cost you more than $851,000. You're going to be well over 900 grand. So now when you sit there and say, well, my house is worth $1 million after 30 years, but you're not making $1 million in reality. You paid the $1 million. You have to start understanding. Now, I'm going to show you something different. So when let's just say the bank and their friends say, we're going to give you a 1% loan. Look at the difference here, ladies and gentlemen. See, over 30 years, they only pay $578,000. That's a big difference from $851,000. So you see, they're not going to care about outbidding your ass when they paid $50,000 more, because they're like, it's only $136,000 more to us. And look at the note, $117.69. They know good and well that they can rent out this new 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house for 500 grand. That's 3,000 square feet. They know they can get 2 Gs, 2,500, 3 Gs a month, depending on what markets they're in. So they're not even caring that they're going to outbid you. So you guys got to understand what's going on around here right now. So you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to figure out, are you going to be down with protecting your future, or are you going to keep sliding down that path that goes to nowhere? The great global reset, as everybody's saying, is you're behind. You're going to be the one in the ringer if you don't start preparing right now. All right? Exactly. Property is the answer. Exactly. Hopefully I answered that question, Chef Molly. Success is systems, which is saving yourself time, energy, and then money. That's right, Epic Designs. I love that, because I call it efficiency. The more efficient you can be, the better, because efficiency is the key. Once you're able to generate energy and money and reduce the time that it takes, that is efficiency, and now you have something. All right? Eric, I need a one-on-one guide. Chef Molly's Kitchen. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. You don't really need that. Check it out. Just search the Stop Struggling Now channel and go how to start your business. And I have a couple of videos on how to get your LLC. And in those videos, I actually go to like the state of Florida Secretary of State website, because you can actually order online. I actually go to Nevada's website, which you used to be able to order an LLC online, which you cannot any longer. And I might have even went to another one, so I can show you how to look up a name on the Secretary of State website. You can look up to make sure somebody else doesn't have your potential name that you want as well. So those are the things. But you can always send me an email at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com. No problem. I'll help you out. Again, Eric at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I still don't charge any consultant fees, nothing like that. Just send me an email. I'll help you out. No worries. Maggie Cherry, thank you. Vanessa K, thank you once again. Maggie Cherry, the eviction moratorium expiration continues to move to the right. It now expires October 3rd. Another delay to the real estate shark fest. Exactly. Continue to stack up that duffel bag of cash. That's exactly right. Because you know why they're doing this? Because notice they have not given out any new stimulus package money. No new PPP money. See, when you really start thinking about it, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist, but when you really start thinking about it, you're like, wait a minute. How come they keep extending this? Is because they're not able to give out that free money like they did last year to all their friends. Like I said, it's not that we're all in the same boat together. Some of us live in a capitalist society. Some of us live in an actual socialist society. And what I mean by that is the guys who get PPP money knowing full well that they've already made $100 million this year. Their companies made $100 million this year, and they're able to get PPP loan money for $50 million. They already make profits. They're on the stock market, for Christ's sakes. They already have loans over like $1 trillion. So they don't need the PPP money. They're taking that money so us who are ordinary citizens can't get the money. Then they turn around, and because they got that free money, just what I'm illustrating, they go and buy up all the assets with the free money. That's why they keep extending it. That's why. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. This is America. This is the world. This is how it always works. It's not a level playing field. My friend Reba Hawkins, who is a congresswoman, is giving me insight to government contract. There we go. Vanessa Comagate, exactly. It's kind of sometimes kind of convoluted when you're trying to get those government contracts. And then when you know somebody, they're like, oh, no, all you have to do is fill out this form right here. And you're like, wait, they told me to go over here to this office. Then that office told me to go over here and sign this paper. And then you run into somebody that goes, oh, just sign this paper right here. We got you. Curtis Davis, the local Boise. Oh, man, Boise, Idaho people are priced out of homes due to Seattle and other West Coast transfers. Yes, if you guys don't know the story about Boise, Idaho, they're in it right now. Homes that used to be 150 grand, now 400, 450, 500 grand. Anything that's newly built, the people that live in Boise can't afford it because they're 550, 600 grand and rising. Because, of course, lumber costs more, cement costs more, everything costs more. So up in the house officially, my man. James Way with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being here at the SSN Nation Monday Night Live, Money Making Mondays. And, of course, I love that icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel. And please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen, because we're 1 hour in. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click that all bell notification. And the reason why you do that is because just like tonight, no notification from YouTube for the live stream that came out. See, they like doing that to us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard, Maggie. Enjoy the ride. Thank you so much, Victor Morrell, for welcoming her. Andreen Miller, hey, fam. Chef Molly, thank you, Eric, for that information. Thank you. Hopefully that's very helpful. So that's how you started out. Now, let's go one step further. Hold on. I got to get something to drink here since we're into the SSN Academy. Here's what else we do. Chef Molly, what else we do? We go sign up with NAV, NAV.com. In fact, let me go get some of this stuff. Hold on. Let me go get some of this. Just a second. I'm gonna pull this up. What do I want to do? Start a business, right? Start a business. So I'm gonna pull up some things. Go to Dun & Bradstreet, which is a little more harder to sign up, but go for the free version. Okay. Now, let me see if I can find, oh, that's not the one. Business credit, t-shirt biz. Okay, t-shirt biz. That's interesting. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the LLC, so then I'll be able to pull up NAV. So everybody wants, when they start a business, you want business credit. Now, I'm going to start, what I told Chef Molly was Opus Virtual Office, which was a virtual office that I discussed. I put that link down in the chat room. All right. And Vanessa says, I have a meeting tomorrow. She's offering my company PPP inspection contract. There we go, Vanessa Comegate. See? Exactly. Some people live in a capitalist society. Other people know someone or run into somebody who bypasses the system. You get to go ahead of the line. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. So anyhow, the Opus Virtual Office, whoa, what's going on here? Is down below. Okay, I know what happened. Okay, so now I wanted to do business. So I wanted to get back to starting a business. I put in the Opus Virtual Office and then go sign up with NAV, because once you start rolling with NAV and put your business in there, you have to have everything, you know, your EIN number and all that. Here's NAV. It's free. It tracks your business. So based on your business credit score, you will start getting offers, just like Credit Karma is for personal credit. NAV is for business. You will get messages saying you might qualify for certain funding or lines of credit. All right. So I put that in the chat. And that's not only for Chef Molly, that's for everybody. And then, of course, let's see, I'm missing a bunch of things that I can't believe. In fact, I'll do cabbage. So here, I'll do something different too. Capital on Tap, since we're talking about credit, for startups. I don't have the link, but it's simply capitalontap.us. They go in Canada as well. Capitalontap.us. I think that's it. If that doesn't work, then it's capitalontap.com. Yeah, tap.com. I put it in the chat. So then this way, you guys are a startup company. They're going to do a soft inquiry on some of these. So again, there's different ways to get things done. Let's see here. I don't know why I don't have this. Let's go here. Hold on. We can do better than that, right? Business credit. There we go. Core pay. Yeah, you have a problem with expenses or your accounting, no problem. Here, let's do, in fact, I got it all right here for you guys. Here, I'll just put it in the chat room. This helps people with some business credit for new companies. All right, it's all right here. In fact, I should just add it. Now I'm going to have to add it after this video, but I put it all in the chat for people. You're right, Eric. It is who you know. That's right, Vanessa Comegate. That's what I've been telling people. You know, a lot of times when you go around, I used to tell people, like, I guess this is another story. So I'm sitting at the Best of Sacramento, and at the Best of Sacramento, you have to wear, it's a black tie affair. So it does cost to get in. I can't remember how much it used to be or still is. But the point is, when you're at the Best of Sacramento, it was like the best restaurants, the best stores. It was like a award show type of thing, but it was a gala type of event. So when you're sitting there, and I only went there because of only one person, and simply because I was in the room and I'm sitting at getting the champagne out the water faucet, out the glass sculpture. So I'm standing there, and some people are across the way, and they're sitting there looking at me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then I don't pay attention to most people, but they're sitting there going, I wonder who this guy is, because he's sitting in here and he's not actually trying to commingle with people. He's like staying away from people, because that's what I do. I don't really like hanging out with people. No reason in reality. I was there for the event and having fun and making a donation and things like that. But then all of a sudden people are coming up to you going, hey, what do you do? Why are you here? What you donating, doing whatever? People that are all in the room, a lot of them had businesses or companies or were in government. And so now there's business talk going on. And now you're finding out about new things that are coming that you can actually take advantage of that ordinary citizens would never know nothing about. So it does matter where you go, who you hang out with, and locations that you surround yourself in. And that's why SSN Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen, is coming. Oh, wow, Vanessa, congrats. You were doing the darn thing. Oh, Tiffany Young, you have no idea. If you missed a Friday Night Live, the woman just got back from Mexico, and she was over there checking out pre-construction condos in Mexico. And not only that, she has another real estate deal that she's doing in Florida. Oh, yeah, she's putting in the work, doing the damn thing. You got that right. She's doing awesome. Tiffany Young, I was so surprised when she contacted me because the warehouse is in Los Angeles. A blessing. There we go, Vanessa. And you have to put yourself out there. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a person that wants to find opportunities, that's what the last video was about. You want to find opportunities? You have to actually be open and looking for the opportunity. And last video, I was going to give a story. I gave a preview of a story that has something to do with this. Is that I was telling people, and I forgot about, and I did it in the video, actually. It's the one with the Shaq video where I was saying hopefully I won't forget the end of the story. So this is, I'll start the story because we have new people here. But again, I was walking up my stairs one day. This is a long time ago. And this guy says, hey, Eric, I know you make money, but I don't want to lose my car. Because back in the day, if you had a repossession on your credit, you could not go out and get another car like you can now. So anyhow, it was pretty serious if you lost your car due to repossession. So he says, hey, Eric, well, I know you can afford it. You already have 2 cars. Why don't you just take over payments on my car? I'll sign over a title to you right now, even though it's not paid off, but I'll already pre-do it. So that way you feel good, whatever. So, I said, nah, man, I don't need any payments. That's crazy. So I just brush him off and I'm like, nah, whatever. So now I walk up the stairs, I put the key in my door, and all of a sudden light bulbs started going off in my head. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What if he's not the only one that needs that? What if there's other people that need this? Well, now, how do we go about finding out if other people need this? So you know what I did? This is too crazy. So what I did was I just said, based on the criteria, I said, okay, there's probably other people that need this. So I did a quarter page ad in the Auto Trader. I did 2 of them. It only cost me like 50, I think it was like $50, $75. I can't remember. At the time, one ad said, can't make your car payments, need help? We take over payments. The other ad said, need a car? No credit check? Come see me. Some of that nature. All of a sudden, my phone started ringing off the hook. Both ways. That right there started one business that was off the charts, that the government had to change their rules to stop people from being able to do that. Why? Because I didn't own the car and I was able to flip something that I didn't own. So let me give you an idea. The person that brought me the car only gave me like $50. I was feeling sorry for him, right? I said, no. They were like, how much do you charge to do this? I said, no. I don't charge you. I'm charging the people that come get the car. So I got to charge you $50. Let's call it a processing fee. All right. That was just so we can make extra keys or some little minor stuff. It wasn't even nothing. Now a person comes in and says, hey, I would like to take over payments on the car. Now, keep in mind, taking over payments on the car, a person has a 60-month loan. Now, all of a sudden, instead of the 60-month loan, the person only has 48 payments left, or 45 payments left, or 36 payments left. So that's one of the advantages. So now the person comes in. Back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, we could connect to the credit bureaus. Yes, I had the computer back in the day that connected directly up. So when a person comes in, their credit score wasn't that good, I'd say, oh, you got to give me like $3,000 down, $2,500 down. The beauty of this program was I didn't own the car, I didn't own the paper, but now a person is giving up their car literally for free, and then I get to charge people walking in the door whatever I want to charge them. And there's 10, 15 people a week trying to get cars. I didn't have enough cars. It was crazy. So anyhow, what I'm trying to point out is you always have to keep an open mind when you're an entrepreneur. When you're looking for something, I wasn't looking for anything, but all of a sudden when I kicked that door and put the key in the door, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's go find out about this. All right. So that was my first time the government changed the laws, because they changed the laws so you can't do that leasing anymore like that. And then they changed the law to where you can't insure a vehicle like that anymore. So they did it both ways. So it stopped from being able to do that, because let me tell you guys something. This isn't my first rodeo with the government and the guys that be. What happened is they changed the law because they paid the senators in the state of California $20 million to change the law. You know why? Because the car companies were losing an estimated billions of dollars. And oh no, I didn't just have one location. We were going 3, 4, 5 deep plus 2 states. So they were like going, we're losing billions of dollars, because when they repossess vehicles, they get to resell those cars. That's another business that the car companies don't talk about. All right. So that's why they were like, hold on now. This guy's stopping us from being able to repossess these cars and messing up people's credit, charging people more in interest. Hold on a minute. He's affecting our whole industry, and he's sharing. He's going out here trying to open up dealerships. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was big time. They were like, oh, hold on now. We can't have that. We can't have that. And you see what he looks like? The cost to rent is around $1,500, $3,000 with property is worth $900. Exactly, Chef Molly's. It's getting crazy around here in Georgia. Exactly. Exactly right. Tiffany Young, amen. I believe in praying about everything. There you go. That helps as well. That helps as well, because you got to believe. That's part of it. You have to believe. Okay, let's see. I'm way up here because I dropped those links. Yes, indeed, at Vanessa Comegate. That's right, Curtis. The name lookups important in 2 ways, because you want your website name to match. That's right. That's a very good point, Mr. Financial. That's it exactly, because you have to think again. I'm glad you brought that up, because when you do have a business, you kind of go, what is that .com? And then you go find out if the .com's available as well. So then it does match up. I thank you for mentioning that. Gino Shimiente's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday, where he fits right in. How is everyone tonight? Just so everybody gets a preview, Gino Shimiente is the man that invests in stocks, and he has by no means makes no bones about it. He'll say, hey, the stock went up 25%. I'm selling. The stock went up 30%. I'm selling. He's not sitting around waiting for that doubling, tripling. He's just sitting there saying if it reaches a certain number, he'll sell. And he just wants to make his percentages every week, every month, however he does it. So welcome him into the house tonight. They are I can't tell what that is, salting OCs like steak. Oh, yeah, okay, salting. Yeah, they're salting OCs like steak before they cooked them up in January 2022. Exactly, that's exactly right. Putting in and sprinkling over some salt and some pepper. That's it exactly. At Gino. Yes, the key is subcontracting. She can hire my company for the contract. She has, boss. No red tape for me. There you go, Vanessa Comegate. Kind of like what we were talking about when we had on, how could I forget? The man with the horn, when we had him on Wednesday Night Live a week ago, when he was talking about his transportation business, when he was talking about doing the contracts as well under another company, so you didn't have to qualify officially as a normal company would. So again, that's how we do it. And Vanessa Comegate seems to be out here looking for all kind of opportunities. They keep falling in her lap. I love this. The government got a plan for the sheep who are asleep. Exactly. You know what that plan is. Die poor, destitute, no life insurance, no health insurance, no health coverage. You know, and we're going to take your pension funds. Oh, yeah. What's those? Yeah, they got a plan. All right. Position, proximity, wealth, network with key people. That's how we do it. That's how we have to do it. We have to. Successful investing is about managing risk, not avoiding it. Thank you so much for mentioning that. That's exactly right. There's the Capital on Tap link. I will find out more, so maybe our SSN fam can take advantage of these subcontracts. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comegate. Let us know. Send me an email. Let me know what type of business this is, and if you don't want to say so right now. So, and if the company is, does this have to be Cali, or can this be in any state? If you know that answer as well. Okay. So anyhow, I left up some where people can check out some business credit info and some expense software that's free at Gino. Tesla up 2, GNOG up 48%, acquired by DraftKings. Loving that. Okay, gotta love that. Took profits on Moderna today. Look what they did today alone. I haven't checked them out. And actually, I don't own any of that. Let's go look what happened today. Let's go into the stock version. Gino Shim. Whoa, what is that? That's 411 to 480. 18% in one day. Moderna. Wow, impressive. Just a year ago, it was $54. And a year ago, some of us were talking about Moderna, Pfizer, and Novavax, all of it. So once again, you had opportunities before. Let's go see what Novavax has done. They're also, last year they were 76 and now they're 213. So even they went up 10% today. So again, stock market, some stocks are kicking live and well. There is a company called Swap a Lease that will take over someone's car payment. Yeah, exactly. There's always that. There's also companies that if you're a dealer, you can have a consignment agreement to take over payments. That is true. They let them slide. So it's funny. She is in Baltimore DMV. Okay. Area that contracts are all over USA. She's also running for the Senate. Beautiful. Vanessa's got the inside info right at the government. Driven Fortitude is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream with the icon next to her name. Thank you so much for the support and thank you so much for being here. Good evening, SSN fam. Once again, please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. But you're going to have to click the all notification bell because YouTube does not like giving out our information to everybody. They try to hold it down. So with your help, you got to share the videos. You got to help other people and let them know that we're giving out this info. Look at all this info that is coming from the people and the members of the chat room and the subscribers and the people here tonight. Get that pen, pad, and paper ready. All right. Earnings broke records, but investors didn't care. That's right. That's right. That's how it works. Sometimes Tesla broke records, didn't care. Same thing. But yeah, that's how it works. All right. Let me get us a drink of water, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 1 hour and 18 minutes in. So we talked even about starting business tonight. What we can do against this, does the economy worry you and money getting worthless? No, what we're going to do is do what Vanessa Kamagay's doing out here, making things happen, trying to get those streams of income from real estate, getting that contract from the government, more streams of income. Then she's talking about getting properties, more streams of income. This is all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. You have to get your assets in 2021, if at all possible. At least get your foot in the door and started with something. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, to stay ahead. All right. Let's see. That's where the records are broken. Diesel Mike. Wow, I cannot find the join button. Can you drop a link in the chat to join? No. Unfortunately, I cannot. I don't think there is a join button, quite frankly. Hold on, let me go check something out. I don't think actually there is a link, come to think of it, but I just don't know what it is. I've never actually used the actual URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in, let's see here. Let me see if I'm just going to put a link to a video in the chat. So then you can just go to the actual video, and then under the video, there's a chat button. Under the chat, in the chat room, there should be a join button as well. All right. So hopefully that helps. But I put a link to the video. So then under that video, there should be the join button. And by the way, I'm going to probably have to add that from now on, now that you mention it. Diesel Mike. Yes. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That's exactly right. Keep hustling, create assets, businesses, or acquire commercial real estate. I like that. Click the chat bot, lets you join. Oh, there you go, Diesel Mike. He says click the chat box, lets you join. Let me go see. Oh, I'm not on YouTube. Okay, I'm in StreamYard, so I can't click the chat box here. Okay, so he's saying click the chat box and it lets you join. Okay, good information. Good to know, because people have always asked that, but I never knew the answer. So, that's how we got to do it, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get into, we talked about real estate, but I want to get into some new stuff. I'm going to try and find this. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're going to give it a shot. All right. TCG Punta Cana. No. Then I'm going to go with this Casa Juanillo. Once again, we find ourselves in the Dominican Republic. Let's see. I'm not going to be at our girl's spot, I don't think. And I'm not at Andrea Rodriguez's spot. She has a site, but I don't have the link for it. Wait a minute. Astonishing views, luxury living, 1840. Oh, I might have it. Okay. I'm just going to go to hers then. I'll throw it in here. Here we go. Per equals 319. Let's see if this works. We'll give it a shot. I'm going to go see if I can come to her website. Property code is 1850. Let's see if they have the refer. Oh, I got it right. Okay. This is the one, Cap Cana, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So everybody understands. This is in the Dominican Republic by Punta Cana. It's in a place called Cap Cana. This is a 5-star area. This is the upscale luxury area on the island. And as you can see, they have decent pricing. 200 grand, 335 grand for upscale. This is where Vin Diesel was blocking the neighborhood with his 4 or 5 black SUVs and blocking up streets so his kids can go bike riding. All right, where everybody over there is rich and don't really care about his ass. But they were blocking up the neighborhood. And of course, the neighborhood was like, who does he think he is? He's not the only celebrity or superstar around there. They have millionaires that live there, multi-millionaires that live in the neighborhood. But this is Cap Cana. Let's go look at it. Our favorite, one of our favorite realtors, Andrea Rodriguez, is handling this as well because she works with the Crest Group. And if anybody wants to contact her, you can always send me a message via email, or I'm just going to drop you the link here. I'm just going to drop you the link in the chat room so you can go over there by yourself if you want, or you can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. 87 apartments, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like they have this nice little, I don't know if this comes out. Oh, it comes out. Let's see. Does that look nice? Okay, get a better view. They have their own little game room in the condo project. A nice little speakeasy look. Kind of like that. And then here goes the condos. I don't know what size units these are, but these are all renderings. These have not been built yet, so these are pre-construction. I do know, let's see, you're going to need 10% down to reserve, 40% during construction. I do not know when the delivery date is. Let's just call it 24 months. That's what I would be guessing, or less. But this is right by Margaritaville in Juanillo in Cap Cana, by the way. And these are pretty large units. If this is the size they are, this is impressive. And this here, we've talked about this before, and it has its own 4,000 square foot pool area, which is very, very interesting. Here is the Casa Juanillo. Here is the beach area down here. That means that's walking distance, quite frankly. That's literally, it's about, I'd say about 3-4 minutes to get down there. And this is Juanillo Beach, it looks like. Still looks like they have a hot tub up there. They have an on-site restaurant, nice. Amenities. Movie room, gotta like amenities. Yes, rooftop pool area, eating area. Okay, not bad. Not bad. At least they have a few amenities along with being in Cap Cana. So once again, no credit check, no qualifying. Anybody can get in. This is pretty easy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that is a quick Cap Cana preview. Quick way to get it. While you're on mobile, the enter button on the text box serves dual. Join and arrow if you're not a member. Wow, thanks, Curtis Davis. Appreciate it. Diesel Mike. Wilson Koo, 70% of small business do not know that there is alternative funding. We can help you with SBA loans, franchise financing. That's right. Wilson Koo is here with the icon next to his name. He put it in the chat. He also does funding, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need some help, you can always hit me up at eric@stopstrugglingnow.com or support@stopstrugglingnow.com. And we can get you that information for the funding. All right. And I'll give you the information to Wilson Koo, and then you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Sanderson Farms, acquired by Cargill. Nice bump, 180 to 199. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another stock. It just seems like the stock market, there's always some winners. You just have to think about where you're going to be. Notice that this is Sanderson Farms. Farms make sense. The cost of food is rising, so it always makes sense to be in the food business. The distribution of sodas and drinks like Coke and Pepsi, those are always good, right? The other fast food franchises, the one that are nimble and quick, like, of course, our favorite one, CMG, which is Chipotle, right? Something to think about. And then, of course, the big boys, the Apple, the Microsofts of the world, the Facebooks. You have to consider the Amazons. You always have to consider those if you're going to be in the stock market as well, especially right now. There's a lot of volatility. And then when we talk about crypto, the same thing. Get your free $10 of crypto. Down below is the link. Get your free stocks from Robinhood. Down below is the link. That's how we do it. That's how we continue to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, we don't always have to stay on subject that I talk about. These are just subjects so when we start the video out. If you have any other questions, like Chef Molly did, and you have anything you want to talk about, then drop it down in the chat room. We'll talk about it. If you need any help, we'll talk about it. Don't be shy. All right? Here we go. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financials, mentioning it. CLF Cliffs, Cleveland Cliffs, X's Steel, NUE Nucor, ChargePoint, CHPT, Blink, BLNK, all rise 5%. Glad to hear that. In fact, I'm going to let you guys know, members of the channel already know, I sold my ChargePoint. I don't think I sold Blink. I don't think I sold Cleveland. I did sell US Steel, and NUE I do not have. So I did do some selling because I also like to take profits every now and then. All right, so you guys are going to have to watch out for the new video that I'm probably going to be dropping tomorrow. Maybe 2 videos tomorrow. One might be the SSN lifestyle video where people can sign up. And yes, there's a refer a friend. So now one of the reasons why I really didn't want to drop it was I wanted to actually have the referrals. So if somebody did sign up, then they're going to have their own affiliate link where they can actually sign up and refer other people to join the SSN lifestyle membership. So I figured I would do that. Plus, I even added a couple of other things that are going to be pretty cool that I like. So we'll talk about that shortly. Bought CMG, AB&B, Ford on dip. Lovely, beautiful. Oh, by the way, I sold some Ford. In fact, I might have sold all my Ford simply because I was one of those lucky people that I was over 100%. So I was thinking of Gino Scimiente when I sold it, because I was like, man, why am I being greedy when I'm already over 100%? I'm over 200%. So I was like, I think it wasn't 200 over 200. It was a little under 200. But I was like, what am I waiting for? Yes, I know they can go to 40, 50 because they're going to be in the EV mode. But I was thinking also, you know what? Who isn't going to be in the EV mode by next year? Because every car company is committed to making EVs now. Hyundai has one. Kia has one. I mean, everybody has them now. So it's getting kind of crazy. It's going to be very interesting. Took profits on TSN. Look what they did today. All right, let's go see. I'm game. Let's see. Oh, I can't. Let me go back to this. Let's go see TSN as well. Wow. This is going to be it's Tyson Foods. Here we go. We're talking about foods again. What'd they do today? 8%. And even before that, though, they were at 55. Let's go 1 month ago, 6 months ago, 1 year. Yep, just like a 20% increase year over year. That's still profits, ladies and gentlemen. And again, this started out when we started talking about why the top 10 percenters, the top of the wealth chain, stay ahead of everybody, is because when you're giving your 401 money, when you're investing in the 401k plan and you're giving it to you don't know who, they're putting their money into like a Tyson Foods. So year over year, for instance, Tyson Foods did what? 19.73%. That's very nice, especially if you have $10 million, $20 million of a fund, and out of that, you might have invested $5 million or $3 million, and you made 20% on that money, $600,000. So they're going to send you a thing saying, oh, by the way, you know what? You made 10% this year on your investments. Meanwhile, they keep the other 10% across the board. So these are the things you have to think about when you want to do your own investing, self-directed. Yes, it's time for me to sell more of my other positions. Yes, Curtis Davis, that's what I had to come. I finally just said, you know what, I can't. Like I told you a week or so back when I said, you know what, I'm not going to sit here. I got 300%, 400%, 500%. What am I doing holding on to these? Yes, they probably still can go up, but I was like, this is getting out of control. I got to start selling this stuff sometime. Take the profit. It's been after a year or two, so it's a minor hit. By the way, we find cannabis in U.S. That's right. Cannabis is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fund. You fund cannabis. Wow. Not that many people will fund cannabis. Let us know what you're talking about, Wilson Coon. What you mean fund cannabis? Are you talking about what are you funding, though? That's what I want to know. Neo, Helion, F-Cell, Fuel Cell, up all 3%. That's right. I sold Neo also because I was like, you know what? I can't keep at like 1,000. What was it? I bought it at $6 long ago. Then when it dipped to $2 or $3, I bought some more. Dollar cost average under like $5, $5.50 or something like this. And it was 46, 48 bucks. I was like, what am I doing at this 700%? I was like, yeah, it's probably going to go up to like Tesla numbers, but over the last 2 years, 700% is pretty significant. So I took some money off the table on Tesla. I will be back in it as soon as it comes in. That is how I do it. And this is all full shares. That's right. That's how you can do it. No problem. Full shares is good. I like it. Entry and exit point, very important. Find 20 to 30% in 6 months and sell it. There you go. That's the Gino Scimiente way. I'm not mad at anybody that takes their 20, 30%, because think about it. How many people earn 20, 30% in a year? Let alone every 6 months that turns into 60%. And this is what I try to illustrate. The top 10 percenters, that's what they're doing. That's why they get to stay ahead of everybody. And what I was getting ready to say, we have a paper trading thing that I'm doing here. So I'm going to drop another video on an update on what's been happening on some of the stocks that in theory, purchase, but it's paper trading. So then that way people can understand. And this is based on not last year's numbers, but only 2 months ago when I started it. So this way, anybody feels that they can't start now to invest, you are wrong. You can start now. That's what you have to remember. Cannabis business, stores, distributors, growers, really? Wow. Yeah, but you're going to have to tell me what the requirement is, because I'm pretty sure they're going to say, where's my 700 plus score? They're probably going to ask for a lot of stuff, reserves. I can only imagine what they're asking. Domo and Snap are still a buy, I think, under 100. Yes, I agree. Snap, yeah. Again, I sold my Snap because I bought it at $10. I mean, I couldn't hold it any longer. It was just getting ridiculous. I don't know what it's at right now, but here we are. See, I bought it at $10, and now I don't think I sold at 78, but I think mine was like in the 60s at the time, maybe 68, 69. But the point is, that's 600%, 500% on your money. You got to do something. So that's when I was like, wait a minute, I'm doing the Gino Scimmiente thing. I had it over a year. So once again, tax implications are minimum, if at all. So, and Domo. A lot of people don't know Domo. You guys might want to be writing these down that Curtis Davis is putting down. I agree with you. Regarding this cloud company, under 100, still good. In fact, 52-week high is $93.52, and cloud is just going to be more and more prevalent coming up. So one would be good. We'll get more info from my partners. All right, beautiful. AMC will start taking Bitcoins to pay. Oh, that's pretty major. That's pretty major for Bitcoin. I don't know if that's going to be major for AMC, because you're going to have to convert. I don't know, if Bitcoin keeps going up, then I guess that would be of value to AMC. Let's go see what the Bitcoin price is. We're liking this. Members of the channel, I made a post, what was it, a couple of days ago? Or was it yesterday, where I was talking about the way crypto works is when they have a crash like they just did, almost 50%. It was 50%. Generally, there's a bull run up and past the previous high. So I'm expecting this could have went to 70, 80 grand, but there's a poison pill in the infrastructure bill, ladies and gentlemen. A poison pill. There's a poison pill in the infrastructure bill. That they have some senators who wrote in there some tax implications and some regulations for crypto. This is what they did to online poker. The UIGEA was put into a port bill, a security port bill. And of course, nobody's going to say anything because it was to secure our ports from terrorists and from, bad people. And so the Senate just signed away saying no problem. But in that bill was a UIGEA law that banned American citizens from being able to use their credit card, their bank accounts to load money up to play online poker. They're doing it to crypto now. They're trying to put poison pills into bills that have nothing to do with crypto regulation, and they're trying to do it. The odds of it happening is pretty good. This is one way that you can affect the crypto markets. They know what they're doing. Dogecoin jumped 27% in 2 days. Okay, I do not have any well, I shouldn't say that. I don't have any Dogecoin that I can get. Let's put it that way. I lost my Dogecoin. I mean, I can't access it because I can't log into my phone, my dead phone. It's up to 25 cents. Okay. BTC jumped 50% in the last 2 weeks. There you go. That's it. And it keeps going. It's at 46 right now. And I had to get back in. Eric, you were taking my BTC dream away. Oh no, I'm just trying to let everybody know. I'm just being the messenger in this case. Just letting you guys know. Check it out. They in fact, forget that. We're doing it live. Infrastructure. Let's go. Infrastructure bill adds regulation for Bitcoin. No, not Bitcoin. Crypto. There you go. Oh, we have some news. Wait, 2 days, we have something. Closes in on crypto, adds new reporting provision to infrastructure bill. That's 6 hours ago. Crypto compromise amendment blocked. So see, they're working on it, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto compromise emerges for infra. See, they're working on it. This is infrastructure bill. Why are they wasting their time on this? This is infrastructure bill. This is what our Senate does. Ordinary citizens are running around, possibly, well, they are making thousands of % on their money, making profits as the capitalist society should be. And then they come up and figure out a way to block it because you can't have millions of ordinary citizens making millions of dollars. All right. That's the way I look at it. That's how it always has been in America. They block certain levels. And this is where anybody could get in because you can invest $100. You can invest 500. You can invest 1,000. You can invest $5,000, 10 grand, 100 grand. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to earn 1,000% on your money, it doesn't matter what that investment is, the amount. You're still earning 1,000% on something you didn't have to work for. And for some reason, they always shut this down. And here we go again, a simple infrastructure bill, and they're wasting time talking about crypto regulations. Incredible. Incredible. In the middle of a pandemic, no less. It's sickening. Why are these gurus charging $5,000 to build business credit and Airbnb? I don't understand the concept. It's a waste of money. Epic Designs, I don't know exactly. I don't know why somebody would pay $5,000 for business credit. And Airbnb, I don't understand. Now, if you're talking about Airbnb separately, because I don't recommend anybody doing credit for an Airbnb, that is not a good combination. All right. Simply put, especially unless you're putting down 30% or 20%, a significant amount. But even if you don't, it depends on where you are, because the way Airbnb is working right now, the same thing going on with this crypto infrastructure bill. There are HOAs, there's cities, there's counties that are trying to figure out how to siphon more money. I did a video where Hawaii sent me a tax bill from 2016, 17, and 18. Okay. And again, I'm still battling with these guys, but they already put it out there on my tax stuff. And they're saying, no, we don't agree with this. We say, look, this is what's going down. All right. And the only reason they contacted me, unbelievably, is because Airbnb entered into an agreement with the state of Hawaii because they got a subpoena for all the people that were hosts on Airbnb. They were going to have to turn over to the state of Hawaii who had properties or rentals in Hawaii. So they came up with an agreement where they said, oh, you know what? We're only going to send the top 1,000 earners in Hawaii for these tax years to you. Well, yeah, welcome to the party. I'm in the top 1,000 of the people that earn money in Hawaii. So then that's how they gave me a tax bill. Everybody else that's 999 or less on the money-making Hawaii revenue rolls, they don't have to pay taxes. Now, I sat there and I told them that, again, you guys have to watch the video. Just look it up. It's incredible. But Airbnb, I don't understand the concept. It's a waste of money. So, yeah, if people are paying for courses, I too agree that it's $5,000 is a lot of money. And especially $5,000 is a lot of money when somebody tells you we're going to get you business credit. you do understand that that is credit. You have to pay it back. If you are in business and you are making money, simply, if you're making $10,000 a month, you only have to make 10. If you have PayPal and you're making a few $1,000s a month, PayPal has a loan that you can get from them. Stripe as well. They will give you a loan. No credit check, no qualifying. It's based on your revenue. If you have a business and it's legitimately making money, like a $10,000 per month in revenue, not profit, revenue, there are a lot of platforms that will give you a line of credit. Go check out my business credit videos. You can search the channel. Business credit videos are coming up for that. And in fact, I'll drop a link. Because let me here we go. I mentioned Capital on Tap. I dropped that already. In fact, I already dropped a link for that. But I'm going to drop some more because that wasn't enough. Let's get some more. Let's go. We did Corpay. I did Divvy. This one I'm talking about Tribal. I think I dropped Tribal in the chat already. We did Capital on Tap. So I'll still do Tribal, which actually Tribal is international. So I just dropped in the chat Capital on Tap again, Divvy, which runs an expense report, helps you out. So again, Epic Designs. Now, if you're talking about Airbnb, I can tell you about Airbnb if you aren't talking about the course people are charging $5K. And in fact, this is why one of the times, and okay, there is a couple of guys that are charging for courses. The reason why you charge for courses is, once again, in the case of real estate types, is because there's one guy that was on here that prompted me to make my original Airbnb video, because he was telling people to go get lease agreements in condominium buildings or apartment buildings, knowing full well that cities and states and counties started banning, along with HOAs, started banning Airbnbs. So now people are tied up in these leases, and now the HOA or the apartment complex or whoever banned allowing people to do short-term rentals. And now you're stuck. So that's one of those things that I used to always say I didn't agree with any of that. And they're the ones now out here charging for courses on how to do your Airbnb when anybody can do Airbnb. All you got to do is just go sign up, and then you just post pictures, and then you post a description, and then you open up your calendar. There's nothing to it. All right. And then you can go to Airbnb and find out how much your competitors are charging. You can either match them, put it lower, or put it higher. It's up to you. It's not that hard. All right. The government must siphon off wealth as they print money to infinity. Exactly, Curtis Davis. Exactly. Imagine like OC's got stimulus money, right? But you know who's paying back the stimulus money? Taxpayers. You, us, everybody's paying it back. Now, when you give it to the corporations, they're not a taxpayer. So they get to escape paying the taxes back because they get to write off certain things. So again, there had been a lot of people teaching how to make money on property without owning it and listing as Airbnb. Yes, exactly. Again, that's why it prompted me to make the original Airbnb video, because these guys were talking about go get leases. I do agree with one thing. If you can find somebody, which again, I was skeptical, you go to somebody and say, hey, you have a house or you have a RV or whatever you want to say. It's a structure that people can stay in. And then you tell them, hey, I want to use your property since it's sitting here vacant to put on Airbnb and rent it out. And I'm like, why wouldn't a person just do it themselves? Why take the risk of you allowing you to have the key and have to deal with that? I said, sure, there might be a few people that'll say, here, take the key and do what you got to do. But I would think the person would also be like, well, wait a minute, I can go do that myself. So again, there were some people that I did see where there were courses being charged. And once again, let's talk about Mr. 10X and bringing some Airbnb dude up there. And then I was telling people what I do here at Stop Struggling Now was I do timeshares. And the reason why is because they're hotels, condos. So therefore people check in and they give their credit card. So I don't have to worry about housekeeping. I don't have to worry about if there's a infrastructure problem, because if there's a problem with plumbing or anything, you just call the front desk, whatever, everything's lovely. So now some people from this fake guru dude comes over and starts going, oh no, you can't do Airbnb, you can't do timeshares. Then the fake guru 6 months later had to put out a video talking about, oh yeah, you can do timeshares. I was like, man, after I show 1099s, I'm like, what are you talking about? Crazy talk. Meanwhile, he's charging on a course telling people to do this backdoor stuff, go get this owners, tell them you don't even tell them you're renting it, but you're leasing their units. All this crazy nonsense, man. This is what I'm saying. Misinformation. Yeah, it's like the franchise biz. Chick-fil-A and Steak and Shake claiming it's only $10K to get started. Exactly. Yeah, that's the funniest joke of all time. Yeah. The Steak and Shake's the more famous one where they're like, yeah, $10,000 and you can have your own franchise. I'm like, okay, I guess you'll be working for your own franchise. Chick-fil-A, over $1 million it costs for there. And the ATLs, Chick-fil-A's jam-packed like 24/7. It's worth $1 million. Scams in reality. That's it exactly, Wilson Koo. Do you really do daily trades? Chef Molly's Kitchen. No, we don't do daily trades. In fact, I don't recommend daily trades. What we're talking about is, so it's not really daily. It's more like you already know what you're going to do. So in other words, it could be daily, I guess, if you invested in something like Moderna on Friday, and then today it goes up 25%, and that's your threshold where you say, I'm going to sell at 25% profit, then that could turn into a day trade, but not really a day trade. It's just based on how much the stock goes up in value. That's all. Some people will take, like Gino Chimiente takes his 20, 25, 30%, calls it a day. Other people like me, I generally wait around a little longer to see what's going to happen. If it goes 100, 200, 300 or more. And actually, if it goes 100, 200 or more, it's kind of like, okay, why haven't you taken the profits yet? But that's not usually a day. That's like a year or 8 months or more, So, but I do not recommend doing day trades. All right. And there's a reason. It has not, everybody can do their own due diligence and do what they want to do. But here's what I go by. So I go, okay, first of all, there's only 3,800 billionaires in the world out of 7.6. So I go, okay, let's go see where's that day trading billionaire at? And then you're like looking around, there isn't one. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So, but there's billionaires from the stock market, not day trading. There's billionaires from creating businesses. There's billionaires from real estate. And then, of course, there's always billionaires by holding other people's money, right? The hedge fund guys and things like that. But rarely is there like the ultimate billionaire status that does day trading all the time. So generally they invest in assets, and then that's where they make their money, and then they leverage their assets. So that's the reason why I generally don't like doing day trading. Plus, day trading, to me, I have tax implications I don't like. Curtis Davis, yep, it's the same price for Chick-fil-A. A lot of loopholes. It's not yours to sell, though. Exactly. Don't believe the hype. It's a joke. You're going to be working for your own company. You just bought yourself a job, basically. Vanessa, yes, the devil in the details. That's it exactly. Tommy Phillips is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays. Glad to see you once again. I'd rather take some of that 5Gs and get my personal credit fixed than use some to build business credit to get the best of both worlds. Exactly, Tommy Phillips. That is exactly the rationale. Exactly. Stop struggling now, rationale. Use the 5K. And then I just dropped some links earlier in the chat room where people don't even need credit. They don't do hard inquiries. They do soft inquiries for some of the credit that I just dropped. So even then, you don't even need credit to fix your credit score. They're doing soft inquiries and giving you business, like Tribal Credit, Capital on Tap. Who am I missing? A bunch of companies, man. It's crazy. The fintechs are here. I sold F and GM to profit. This is dead money. It will be a while before they do something. It will be years. Yes, that was my assessment as well, Gino Shimienti. I agree with you 100%, because I was sitting there going, man, why am I holding on to this 200%? Why am I doing this? I should do 200, 250, whatever it was. I was like, because they're going to be in this little lull, because they're going to do their, even though they came out with that mock, Ford came out with that mock, GM came out with that Hummer. It's going to be like they're admitting 2023, they're going full blast. So we have a 2-year lull is the way I looked at it. So if it goes up $5, I'm not going to care. I'm not going to wait around for it. And if it dropped due to some economic crises, I was like, nah, I might as well just take the money now, because in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, EVs, they soared up to 50, 60, 70 dollars and then went back down 50%. Sure, we got in when it was in single digits, $5, $3, $8, $4, whatever. So we still made money and still making a profit at it, but it was a hell of a lot better profit when we bought stuff for $4 or $5 and it was 60, 50, 60, $70 a share. Now they're 35, 25. So now they're going to come back up, but it's going to be over time. There's lots more competition now. Also, people are stating to make money in any franchise food business, it takes 3 locations to really profit. Thank you so much, Mr. Financial. On top of it, the startup costs are astronomical. I was pricing Rita water ice. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I almost bought like a fast food franchise one time up in Reno. The lady was losing, not really, I called it losing, because she could have made more money, but her profit margins were slim, but it was fast food. It was like, it was a franchise. And after I looked at the numbers, I was just like, this is insane. Most people don't realize that when you have a franchise, the reason why the franchisor makes all this money is because in her case, you couldn't just go out and buy cups. You had to buy cups from the company. The company can charge you whatever they want, but in your agreement, you had to buy everything from them. You know, even the napkins. It was incredible. So when I started looking through the numbers, I was like, oh, no. This isn't working. This isn't working, because the company can always up the price. The same thing they're doing to us as OCs, the franchisor can do to the franchisee. Because all they have to do is go, okay, this cup right here, it cost me an extra 5%, but I'm going to make it go up an extra 7% to the franchisee. And so the franchisee is obligated to buy all the paper, all the paper products, the meat. And I was like, no. I was like, no wonder you have to keep working your ass off, because all they have to do is just raise the price up a few percentage points every year. Or every 6 months. It doesn't even matter. You're behind the 8 ball. So, yeah, you got to watch out with this franchise stuff. And that's why a lot of people hold franchises as a group. So, like he said, there's usually 3 or 4 locations. There's even more than that. Most of the time, people form a group and they get like 5, 4, 6, 10 units as a group. As long as the the franchisor says okay. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, that Airbnb using someone else's property is scammy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I never liked that, even though they would say that for these courses. These guys are saying this in these courses, right? And I'm sitting there like, I'm like, you're taking way. I was like, that just doesn't work, because as soon as the city or county makes an Airbnb decision, then now you have to deal, you're not even the owner of the property. You got to deal with signing papers or going down to get some permits or something like that. You can't do it. Just like when you lease something from somebody, you can't do that either. So I was just like, man, this is kind of crazy what they were teaching people. And so then, of course, they can't do it themselves. So then they sell a course. It's crazy. Do you trade options or just buy shares? Driven Fortitude, I don't trade options because I never understood options. There are a lot of people that do options and trade options, but unfortunately, I can't teach anybody how to do it, and I can't help because I just can't turn the corner on the options. I don't understand how they work, and nobody's been able to explain it. I've studied it. I went to Clubhouse one time, had a conversation with people, and nobody ever wants to talk about the elephant in the room. Even though I was on Clubhouse and I explained to the guy after I listened to what he said, and then I said, okay, I understand what you said. I went to go look at some of the cost. And so, like, for instance, a person could pay, $75 and get an option. So you paid $75 and an option is 100 shares. So to me, I divide that. So that's 75 cents. And so therefore, to me, if the share was, let's call it $10, in reality, to me, it seemed like I really bought the shares at $10.75. So if I got an option for, let's say, a year from now, and then I have it for like $15, that's fine and all. But I'm like, apparently there's also some cost on holding it, which they don't like to talk about. And then they started saying that they can make money based on the value going up to, like, let's say it went up to $11. And I was like, how are you making money? As far as I'm concerned, it cost me $10.75. So I didn't understand, and nobody can explain how that transfer works, and I just can't talk about it. So unfortunately, I can't talk about it. That's just the way it is with that. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, hold on. I missed something. Okay, she says, I'm learning also. Yes, Driven Fortitude. A lot of people, see, that's the next, to me, that's the next frontier. There's a lot of people out here saying, give me money and I'll show you how to do options trading. And I'm like, again, that's a red flag. To me, it's a red flag. I don't know about everybody else, but it's a red flag. So when somebody sits there and tells me that they're making money doing something, and then they turn around and go, oh, hey, I have a course. I'm not going to show you how to do it, but I have a course so you can pay me not just like something simple like $400 or $500, but something like $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, wait, that's where you're making your money. You're promising people that you can make thousands of dollars doing this option trading. So why, if you're making thousands of dollars doing this option trading, how come you got to charge people thousands? That's what my question always is. And so that's what I always look at. I'm like, just like the Airbnb guys, knowing full well cities and states are shutting down or making people have permits. And yet they go out here and charge $3K, $4K, $5K for courses. Of course they do. Just like the Amazon automation guys. They're out here charging people 30, 40, 50, 60 grand, claiming that they're going to make a store for you and it's going to be profitable, but give us 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 grand up front. I'm like, how does this even make sense? I don't get it. I thought you guys said it's on automation. You're making money at hundreds of stores. So why are you charging people 30, 40, 50 grand or more? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. What makes sense to me is that's where you're making your money from and telling people you're making money from Amazon automation. I don't agree. Oh, okay. I don't have the time to do day trading. Nah, you don't. Don't do day trading unless you have the time. Took profits on AMD on Friday. I'll be back soon again. Yep, I sold my AMD as well. I like profits as well. I started doing the Gino Shimiente short because my belief is that the stock market actually, I don't think the stock market is going to be in good hands in the next 3 to 6 months, because when the Fed has their next meeting, I think they're going to start doing what they should have been doing a year ago. They're going to start going, okay, we're going to have to raise interest rates because inflation is starting to rise, and we're going to have to stop loaning out, all this money. So I think they're finally going to come to that realization, but they've been holding off on it all this time because the infrastructure bill's coming. You're right, boss. Franchises are just buying a job. Okie dokie. That's right. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you have a Fidelity account, which account is best to earn interest on if you don't have a portfolio? I don't know what you're actually meaning, Chef Molly. Um, when you open a Fidelity account, it's your account. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to invest in at that point. So you can buy index funds, which like uh, VTI, for instance, right? That's a Vanguard fund. You can buy these ETFs like a VTI, a VOO, VSTAX. These are all Vanguard funds. They don't charge that much. I mean, my girl Kathy Wood's funds, ARC funds, you can buy all that. You can do a bunch of things. So I don't know what you really mean about best to earn interest on, because there is no interest earning account where somebody's giving you 8%, 7%, 5%, 4% by leaving your money there. That's not happening right now. All right. So you're going to have to invest in something that you can even invest in dividend funds. All right. And dividend funds, like, even I'll still go with my something simple, right? Like AT&T, even though they cut their dividends for the first time in like 50 years, but AT&T still gives out dividends. SHLX gives out dividends. A as in Apple, G as in George, N as in Nancy, C as in Charles give out dividends. These are about 7% on your money. SHLX is a shell company that gives out over 10% on your money. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E, C as in Charles gives out about 7.5% of dividends right now at their $8 level. There's a bunch of companies that still give out good. GOOD gives out about a 5 to 7% right now based on their dollar value. So I'll do it like this so people can see what I'm talking about. Good. I don't know if that stock is going to happen. Good stock. I need, what do you call that company? Okay, we'll go a different route. I'll go Maine. Okay. Maine has MAIN. So their dividend is 5.85% at this price point at $42. All right. Because it all depends on what the price is. I'll give you another one, like I mentioned, AGNC. AGNC, they issue dividends every month, and it's at 8.98%, almost 9%. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. PSEC should be around 7.5. Nope, it's at 8.79%. You can see the dividend yield right here at $8.19. All right. I even sold some PSEC, quite frankly, because again, I had another situation where we were buying PSEC down here over a year ago. It was under $5. It was in the $4 range. So I did 100% on my money. So I was like, okay, I sold a few shares off because it's 100% on my money. So yeah, I'm still getting some dividend money on the ones that's left over, but still, it's been reinvested the whole last year and a half on the PSEC. And when it's down here, when it was at $5, the dividend yield is it was around 13, 14% on the money, just to give you an idea. All right. So USDP also 7.32% on your money. Let's see. I'm trying to think just off the top of my head. I did mention SHLX. Once again, 9.65% at 12. Once again, appreciation a little bit. A year ago, it was at 12. But at the end of last year, when Saudi Arabia and Russia started acting crazy, the prices went down. Remember when it was $0 a barrel for oil or something? That right there, $8, this was up to roughly 13, 14% on your money. So that's what we're earning on our SHLX. So hopefully that helps out a few people. In fact, you guys couldn't see the bottom down there with the dividends. I had it covered, unfortunately. But hopefully that helps you out if anybody's looking at some things to invest in, since Chef Molly's Kitchen mentioned it. A lot of franchises require you to take a lease on an approved location, and you always have to use the products and store-related items from the company. Lots of dollars involved. Exactly. Most of the time, 20-year lease, by the way. Often, 20-year leases are norms. It's crazy. And that's why they end up going out of business. Uh-oh, I see somebody in the house. Somebody just got approved $20K with capital on tap for hair biz. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, here we go. I knew MDA was going to be coming in here as soon as I started talking about day traders. Hey, man, George Soros, Carl Icahn, Ray Dalio, David Tepper, James Simmons. No, they all have a fund, man. No. They're not. They weren't day trading to get the bills. They got bills when they got the funds going and people giving them money. And then they reinvested it. That's all they did. Mark Cuban got his money from broadcast.com. That's how he got that deal, $3.4 billion. Yeah, after they have the money, now they start using other people's money to do it. But starting out, they weren't doing no day trading. All right, I disagree. In fact, I might do a video because I got to put this down. Hold on. Maybe I'll do a video on this because all these guys, and I'll do it separate, but here. Yeah, here. Let me go show you like what I'm talking about. See, these guys, they're not fooling people. See the Soros Fund Management. This is what these guys do. This is what they do. They have managed. They have funds. All right. So this is like George Soros. This is like Dalio. All these guys. They're not doing things like using. They're not what you think. Look. So they're not doing what they're doing. Bridgewater and all that. See, so there we go. Bridgewater Associates. That's what they have. See, all these guys are hedge fund dudes. So, yeah, they're billionaires from doing that, but I disagree. Threading weave hair, quite profitable. Hey, you got that right. Right about now. That is amazing. This right here is amazing. This $20K, somebody just got approved, $20K for capital on tap. I love it. Driven fortitude, right. Hey, it just goes to show you capital on tap helps with startup companies. In case you missed the link, I dropped it twice. Let me see if I'll drop it a third time. Yeah, I'll drop it a third time along with the software. Down below in the chat room, I'll drop that. A lot of condos have banned Airbnb due to the issues of security and facility and the risk of damage to common facilities. Exactly. Wilson Koo, Europe and Canada, Whistler, they straight up banned. Look, they have hotels there. They have condos there. They have timeshares there. They have all type of rental properties. These guys, they just straight up banned all Airbnb in Whistler, Canada a few years back. So then what happened? So now check, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Yeah, I know MDA is going to give me this stock thing. That's why I'm going to get into that in a second. But here's what happened in Whistler. So now at our condo in Whistler, people used to check in near the train station. So it wasn't a hotel where you go check in. It was just a random location. So even when Whistler banned Airbnbs, short-term rentals, people still stopped at the train station, picked up their keys, and went to the condo. In the condo, there's only 64 of them. So they were separate condos, and yes, they had a pool. Yes, they have some amenities. But at the same time, even though we were able to do that, even after they did the formal ban, and just like to the point Wilson Koo's talking about, other owners who didn't use Airbnb or any rental platforms, they started telling the city. Then the city came and said, okay, all this condominium project, if you ever find out that you're doing any short-term rentals, then they had fines. It was insanity. So then, of course, they just shut it down. So we had to sell the condo because we couldn't do rentals. You don't own the stock, so it's not 1075, and the cost to hold it for that year is the contract cost. Yeah, MDA 0214. I'm still waiting, man. I need a video. When you make videos, you buy. Then when you make the video, when you sell. So then people can go through the process and find out how much the cost is. Because other people are saying there's holding costs or some other cost. I don't really know what they're talking about. Yeah, I know I don't own the stock, but what I'm saying is when I buy the option for 75, it's like $10.75. So there's no way. How do I profit if it only goes up to $11? That's all I'm saying, because I'm not buying it actually, but I never understood it. So that's why I need a video. I'm waiting on you to drop the videos, man. The problem with options, you have to buy 100 share contracts. You only get the difference of 75, but you put up 1,000. The stock must go to $1. Yeah, Curtis Davis. I don't really understand it, quite frankly. Again, it's kind of hard. And no, it's not a full-time job. Today I stopped trading at 9:45 a.m. exact. Okay, but MDA 0214, you've been doing day trading. Somebody else like Driven Fortitude and myself, we don't do day trading. And I've looked at some of the videos online, and like I said, these guys using these hot buttons where they're not actually showing any transaction. They're just saying I bought it, and they press a button, may or may not be pressing a button. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that's why I was waiting on videos from somebody that's actually going to show people how they're doing it and actually show it. But so far, when I used to research, I couldn't find anybody that actually showed where they're showing a camera, showing how I'm buying it or anything. So that would have made things a lot easier. And yes, Robinhood, you can buy options on, I believe, or was it Webull or both? I actually went into Robinhood or Webull, I can't remember, and checked out the options. So I started looking at it that way, and it still didn't make much sense to me. So I don't know. You can't out hustle Eric. The gurus are making money off course. Exactly. That's all they're doing. And then they're acting like they're making money from doing what they're telling you they're doing. Some brokerage give you like 1% while money sits there. Yeah, like Robinhood. To me, it's not worth it. Yeah, 1%, and you lose that in inflation. So that's not worth it. VTR, a nice real estate trust for elder people with 3% dividend. There you go. And Driven Fortitude says, thank you, MDA. They started out as day traders. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, we might have to do a little different. Read about their history, read Mark Cuban interviews and how he bought the NBA team. Most hedge fund managers were traders at one point, then use other people's money to skyrocket to a billionaire. Of course. Like Warren Buffett, same thing, except he didn't do day trading, but he just did the same. It's the same model. It's the same model all the way around. You know, you do a little work, and then, of course, you say, well, you know what? I can manage this money a little bit better. Let me start taking in other people's money and doing what I do. So it all works out. Eric should have a weave business, as he could be the poster child for. Yeah, I'm going to be looking like Rick James or something. Robin pays, 0.3 APR per year. It's not a good reason to open an account there. Wealthfront, Fidelity are good. Yeah, exactly. I'm about to start learning how to trade stocks and options, hopefully next month. It's going to get real serious around October. It's already serious, man. It's good, but it's going to get crazy. I have to admit that too. Curtis Davis is completely wrong. MDA 0214 disagrees. AJ, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays. Thank you so much for being here. And with that, we're 2 hours and 18 minutes in. Boy, has time flied. So please smash that like button. Eric looks like he had a Jerry curl back in the day. Yeah, it's all burned all my scalp off. You got that right. I tried to have a Jerry curl for about 5 days. After I had it, it was starting dripping all over the place. And then I had to spray it to keep the curls in. I was like, okay, I'm done with that. Done. Not going to have it no more. AJ, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Wilson Kuhn, now there are bots doing day trading using specific algorithms turned by the company. Yeah, exactly. Bots have been out for a while. I know a guy that has like 10 computers down in LA that he just sits there all day and he just lets his bots run. It's crazy. He's like an engineer, a mathematical genius, and he actually created these programs himself. Yes, Warren Buffett got $500,000 from a doctor to kickstart his fund in 1950s. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly right. After, everybody has their trials and errors, right? So he came out, same thing. And then he started it in his hometown. The doctor started telling other people, hey, man, this guy took care of me. He made a return on investment. And then other people said, whoa, who's this kid doing this stuff in his 20s? And then they're like, then another guys, 5 guys start doing it, then 10, then 20. And now the rest is history. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 hours and 20 minutes in. And of course, you've got to smash the like button, please. And of course, if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click all bell notifications. The reason why, when I release videos, even though there's 12,000 subscribers, they don't even send it out to 2,000 of the 12,000. All right. You'll be lucky to get notification of any videos that I upload. So please at least hit the notification and then sign up for the newsletter, which is at the very bottom of the description. So then that way, when I send out an email letting people know I uploaded a video, at least some of you will get those emails. All right. So that's how we do it. We're going to wrap it up here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank everybody who made contributions this evening. I appreciate that because it's always SSN University, SSN Academy. And of course, we have SSN Lifestyle that's coming out. This is a referral program, a networking type program where you can make money. Yes, you can refer other people, but there's other things going on as well, such as our Ring of Fire that's going to happen where people are going to come in and pitch to SSN Lifestyle members, and specifically Founders Clubs have first dibs. Actually, I made another level to it. So again, it's almost like you can sign up other people. Don't have to sign up other people. You can send people over to SSN Lifestyle to partake in some of the available options that we're going to have. I'm also going to include a health component, not really health products. Don't trip yet, even though I do know manufacturers. And one of these days, I am going to be going to, I shouldn't say, one of these days, I'll be going to a manufacturer's facility that I have known for a long time that actually makes products, health products, that I'm going to have a little talk with them. But that's not on tap with SSN Lifestyle right now. But I have added a health component to it for workout videos, just simply stuff that helps people. We're saying, hey, you know what? I want to work out because health is your wealth, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be a component. I'm going to add that. So there'll be free videos included with the health program because a lot of people don't really know the proper way to work out. All right. So this will help you out and maybe get you motivated, but you can sit at home and do it. There'll be some videos made by some fitness, let's call them, I don't want to call them fitness gurus because that's not what the term is. I would prefer to call them people that actually work out in the gym and actually go on stage to perform. So they're doing their routines. That's what I prefer to call it. So we're going to add that in there. There's some other things that I'm going to add. In fact, let me see. Hold on. Let me go to the screen. Let's go to the screen. Don't sign up. Actually, I'm not going to go to the screen because I'm going to be adding the affiliate component to it where you can do affiliate marketing. So you can send people over to sign up where we have our special promotions for real estate rentals, where we have other promotions. There's going to be an SSN Lifestyle gear. Not really gear because t-shirts aren't going to be the thing, but going to have some of these nice polos, right? Okay, so you guys can see some of the stuff that's going to happen with regard to that. So that's how we're going to do it. But you guys will find out all about it when I drop the video. All right, so MDA, that's all about options, is the same as buying stocks, except instead of buying the actual stock, you're buying or selling a contract. Yeah, MDA, me and you went round and round about this before. I understand the contract. So whenever the stock move up or down, the value of your contract move up or down. Yes, that's what I understand as well. I appreciate the explanation. Yes, automation going to destroy more biz, including some day trade aspects. It's just an algorithm. That's it exactly. That's exactly right. Your next promo video will be looking fly like Rick James's smooth Barry White voiceover. Options can be more riskier because if you're wrong with stocks, you can still cash out the remainder value. With options, you can if you catch it in time, or you can spend thousands and end up with zero. Whoa. Wow. I didn't realize that, because I thought you may be able to monitor if your stock is dropping and it drops below a certain value. But then again, if it's dropping, then I don't know how you're going to be able to sell it, right? You're going to have to sell the loss, because if you've had an option to buy it, let's say at $10, and then it goes to $3, who would want to buy your $10 option, right? At that point, I'm thinking. I don't really know how options work, but yeah, they are a little risky. If it's on a computer screen, you can program it to do anything. That's why I laugh when average press button on screen. The computers has unlimited capacity, ability to record you, duplicate you. Exactly. Yeah, that artificial intelligence is one hell of a thing. That's what's out. And that's how the bots are basically running. And that's why bots now are even better than they were before. And this is why a lot of people don't know about, when you're doing stock trading, there are companies that can get an advantage, because like a Robinhood, who gives their information to other companies, they can front run you. So on Robinhood, let's say I'm going to buy a stock at $10. They can front run it and go, okay, I'm going to go buy the same stock at $9.97. So for each share, sure, they only get 3 cents, but imagine them doing that 1,000,000 times a day. So they front run you, and then you're buying it at 10, but they were able to buy the same quantity at $9.97. That happens all the time, which they don't tell people about. And that's one of the problems with Robinhood and Webull and things like that, that, they're in league with Citadels and these big hedge funds, and they can front run people. It's incredible. I watched a good friend trade away $30K on put option over 2 years. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Oh my God. Yeah, it happens. It's one of those things. Automation can never destroy day traders, because they have to be programmed. There are some things in the market that a bot cannot pick up on accurately. That's very true. That is very true. No matter how much the computer programs are, there's the nuances are always left out, because the algorithm just sits there and says, okay, if this happens, then B happens, then C and D. If anybody's ever programmed, it's A. If not A, then B. If not B, then C. If not C, then D. There are always some gray areas that a human being would see and go, okay, I know what's going to happen. I'll do that. But a program then says, okay, if not A, then B, then C, then D, then E. That's what happens. So MDA has a very good point. But the bots are getting so good from all this information and being able to do artificial intelligence, they're getting pretty doggone close. Chef Molly's Kitchen. You know what, Chef Molly? There used to be another lady named Chef Molly down in Fort Myers, Bonita Springs area. So don't tell me that is you. But if I remember right, if this is Chef Molly, this person, then ladies and gentlemen, you got to find Chef Molly's Kitchen. Because as I recall, excellent food. And I thought it was like pastries or something, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for that investment overview and options to choose from. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Chef Molly. I appreciate you for being here on the SSN Nation Monday Night Live. And we do another one on Wednesday and Friday night as well. And on Wednesday, everybody can watch the live stream, but only members with the icons next to their name can be in the chat room. And then on Friday, it's open to everybody once again for the Friday Night Lives. So hopefully everybody will lock in, load, and be there again, because you never know what the topics are going to be on. It's based off of time. So let's say you buy a contract and it tank, but it slowly starts to go up. The closer it gets to the expiration date, the value of your contract will decrease until it's worth zero. Okay. Will you drop tribal information again? The link wasn't working with me. Okay. It's just, it's not any proprietary link. So it should just be tribal. I think it was tribal.com, wasn't it? Let's see. Tribal. Oh, that looks different. That's tribal.credit. Huh, we're going to have to go look at this then, don't we? Yeah, that's interesting. Let's go check this out. Let's go see if tribal.credit is still the thing. Yeah, that's it. Tribal.credit. That's the one. Corporate card built for startups. So let me help you guys out again with something else. So here we go. This will help out a lot of people that's starting a business. So let's just say, for instance, you have your bank account. Preferably, you pick a bank that gives you lines of credit based on revenue. So as you grow, and in most banks, it's the $10,000 mark is the cutoff where they'll start giving you lines of credit. So if you have revenues coming in of $10,000 per month or more, not profit, just revenue, then you will be eligible for a line of credit. That's your first thing. So you get a bank that has that built in, a fintech. Blue Vine, unfortunately, they got so many customers that now they have a wait list. BlueVine.com, for instance. Then you go get Divvy, DIVVY, which I have dropped the link down below, or Corpay, CORPAY. The reason why I say that is because both of them can give you a line of credit as well. Except the beauty of both of these are, in case you're not very good at accounting, this helps you with your accounting because you can put in what your expenses are and what your bills are. So then when you pay, you use those programs, the Corpay or Divvy. You use those because they give you a MasterCard or a Visa, and then they just take it as an ACH out of your bank account. And it runs through them, and now at the end of the year or any time you can go in because now there's a accounting attached to it. So now the accounting is sitting there for any accountant, any financial type person to go in there, and they can get it all together for you a lot easier. But now you have created, with the banking structure, you have created a line of credit, and with Corpay and Divvy, you have created a line of credit. One step further, let's say now you have people paying you through PayPal or Stripe. Now the same thing holds true. You have 10,000, well, you don't even need 10,000 from PayPal, but I'll use an example. $10,000 a month in revenue or more coming through your PayPal. You send from your PayPal into your business bank account. Business bank account says there's revenue of 10,000 or more. So now you get a line of credit from your business bank account. Now you can get a PayPal capital loan. No credit check, no qualifying from all of these, ladies and gentlemen. Now you have 3 places where you can get lines of credit just off of doing your normal business. Tribal Credit. There goes one. I dropped it. Tribal Credit is working. Let me see if did I drop it? Oh, it won't work on. It's not working on. I dropped Tribal. So it's tribal.credit. So it's not tribal.com. All right. Chef Molly's Kitchen is in Georgia. Okay. Not down here in Florida. So there's 2 Chef Molly. I don't know if I can't remember if the girl's name was Chef Molly's. Was the actual name of their place, but I remember her name was Chef Molly, and they do pastries down in Bonita. Awesome pastries. Driven Fortitude says, of course. All right. So everything is there, or Texas. Yep, you got that right. I should be in Georgia in the spring with military. I will come. I'm a foodie. Well, there you go. Driven Fortitude. They have lots of new food places in the ATL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 hours and 33 minutes. So I'm going to have to wrap this up on the Monday Night Live because we're almost getting close to a record. Normally, we're only on close to about 2 hours, usually an hour and some minutes, 45 minutes. But today, we lasted a little bit longer because we had some additional questions. And you know how we do it here. We answer questions. So please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and click the all bell notification. So hopefully you get information from YouTube when we upload new videos. Agreed. but that wouldn't affect the day trader. There's trillions traded daily. These patterns in the market now, because a lot of traders trade the same with bots, it'll be easier. Yeah, that's very true too. Very true. There's a place, Kali's Chef Millie in Florida. Yeah, exactly. That's it exactly. I think that was her name. I just can't remember exactly because in case people don't know, I was in the restaurant equipment business, so I remember a Chef Molly, Chef Millie, somebody like that is in Bonita Springs. I don't know if they still have their place. I think it was pastries, but the stuff was off the chart, all natural, no preservatives whatsoever. Man, if she's still down there, in fact, I should just look it up, right? Let me see if we have Chef. Maybe let me go look. Chef, I'm going to use Chef Molly because I think that's what her name was. Chef Molly, Bonita Springs, Florida, pastries. Let's see. Oh, wait, pastry chef. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. D. Romo's Restaurant. That's it right there. The Romo's, that's the pastry joint. This is the spot down in Bonita Springs. That's it. Just can't remember her name though. That says something else. That's Amelia. Molly Manning. Nope. I don't know. It was something like, I think that was her name. But anyhow, maybe I was wrong. Oh, you guys didn't see that. Okay, hold on. The Romo's Restaurant. That's the joint. Okay, y'all be safe out there. That's right. Oh, Chef Molly, do you want people to come to your place in the ATL? Oh, you just said Georgia. I assumed it's the ATL. It could be anywhere. If you want to give some promo, I don't mind. You can put a link out or tell us where it is if you want people to stop by. Thanks for all the great info. Maggie Sherry, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. New members in the house. Thank you so much for the icon next to your name. I appreciate it. Yeah, so like I said, Chef Molly, if you want to drop a link or drop any information and wherever somebody's in your area, can check them out. Thanks for the gems, 100% facts. Oh, thank you, Wilson Koo. And again, if anybody needs funding for any real estate, any commercials, any business, hit us up. Wilson Koo does funding. I know people that do funding as well. All right. So make it easy. Have a great night. You too, Wilson Koo, and everybody. Oh, I found your Facebook. Looks great. Okay. Good info as always, SSN fam. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much, Vanessa Kamagate, for that info. We'll be looking for that contracts that we can get from the government. Hopefully, it helps out other people in the OCs. That's what we like to do around here. So thank you for bringing that up this evening. And every evening we're getting a surprise. And I'm still waiting for Charlie to let us know what happened with that movie set. So hopefully she lets us know on Wednesday what happened, because that would be awesome as well. All right. Let us know, Chef. I love to support businesses. That's right. Chef Molly's still in the house. Let us know where it's at before I have to give this up. Another dynamic show. Thanks, everyone, SSN family. Thank you so much. And everybody stay tuned on the Wednesday Night Live. Members of the channel with the icon next to your name, if you want to join me on the Wednesday Night Live, please. I'll put a link under the community tab on Wednesday, and only members with the icon will be able to join because they're the only ones that will be able to see the link. So you can come and join me on the Wednesday Night Live, whether you want to put your face on screen or if you just want to put a logo or there's an image that you can put on the screen if you don't want to show your face. But please come join us. And it looks like Chef Molly is not going to give us her info, or maybe has left already. So I want to thank everybody once again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And it's hard out here. And that's why we like to go over everything that can help you make a little bit of extra money, extra streams of income. That's why today was exactly what we do here at Stop Struggling Now. There was a person that said, how do you start a business? We actually went over each step on the way, how you can start it off. And then we went over banking. And then we went over how you can get business credit, even for startups. And then we started talking about stocks, bonds, no bonds, stocks, and dividend income. Then we started talking about real estate with no barriers to entry, no credit check, no qualifying, no nothing. You just need cash flow. And then, of course, we got new members of the channel, which was awesome to see. So I want to thank everybody once again for being here. And please keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.